Welcome back to Sports Prophecy TV, guys, and I'm your host, Jay Taylor. And today, guys, we have a lot of things we want to discuss, a lot of things we need to just basically get into and just put it to bed as far as the football is concerned. Today, we're going to talk about Omari Hutchinson, Joel. We're going to talk about a couple players that we think is on the cusp of playing for Jamaica and where they are as far as the coach making contact with these players. We're gonna talk about Reiss Nelson as well, and we're gonna talk about Johnson Clark Harris, guys. I'm getting some shocking report that Johnson Clark Harris, his documents is actually not in as yet. Someone spoke to the player yesterday, and the coach contacted someone the day before yesterday and asked for Johnson Clark's phone number to contact him and find out why his documents is not in. And a lot of people thought he was closer to getting his passport and getting ready for that call up. So, guys, sometimes we have to understand that it takes an effort as well from the players themselves when they want to play for Jamaica, that they have to make that move and put in their documents. They can't just wait on the Jamaica Football Federation to get that passport for them. People might not respect Jamaica as far as getting a Jamaican passport or becoming a citizen of Jamaica, but Jamaica is actually a country. I know people might joke around on the internet and say Jamaica is not a real place. Jamaica is not a real place to you, but to many people, Jamaica is an actual place and it's an actual country. That's why millions of tourists every year buy their ticket and book their resorts to spend time in Jamaica. A lot of time we also take our country for granted, and I understand it's based on how we operate in Jamaica as far as business is concerned. We are not very, I would say, tactile when it comes to handling certain things. But a lot of people, they also want a Jamaican passport. We have to remember this. I know a lot of people might say, yeah, Jamaica, man, you just call a man. It doesn't really work like that, guys. These players are trying to get citizenship. To get a Jamaican passport, you have to get citizenship. No, Joel Labatier, his documents is ready to go, but it's not turned in as yet. Whatever anybody else want to tell you, I know when I say something, you have people gonna come on the show and say like they are Jesus Christ, and listen. Every Jamaican has a family member in the UK. Just remember this: every Jamaican have a family member in England. Half of my family them live in Manchester, England, Birmingham. Lot of Jamaicans, you know the history of Jamaicans and the Windrush. We all have family members in England. So when people gonna come on YouTube and pretend like they're the only one can, England is an hour and a half away from me. My family is back and forth from England to visit me here in Scandinavia. And a lot of these people are in football. A lot of these people have uncles and cousins who are coaches of youth teams in England. So as far as the documentation for Joel Labatier, it is he got all his documents together and it was looked over by, I'm not going to state the name of certain specific Jamaicans, to just double check and make sure everything is okay. So his documents are ready to be submitted. As far as Reiss Nelson, the coach the coach is to make contact with Reiss Nelson, but it's also stating that Reiss Nelson is a hard person to get in touch with. They are having a challenge getting in touch with Reiss Nelson. As of where we are today, they are having difficulties getting in touch with Reiss Nelson. So don't let people tell you anything other than that. They are having a difficult time contacting Reiss Nelson. No, the coach was also at the Everton game. He got to see the player that he went there to see, and he was excited about what he saw. And as we know, Demarai Gray will be a part of the Jamaica setup very shortly. If it's one thing that comes out of this trip in the UK, I can guarantee the Reggae Boys fans that Demarai Gray will be a part of the Jamaican setup very shortly. No, this video is not going to be too long. I just want to come and get to the point and just let the fans know everything. Omari Hutchinson. I know a lot of people watch the previous video that I put out on Omari Hutchinson, and they say, Jay Taylor, you're doing a lot of speculation. Let's wait on the Gold Cup and see what is happening. No, if you look at the angle that I made my statements from, as I stated that based on how Omari Hutchinson came to Jamaica, and when you look at the situation, you look at the field that he played his first game on, would you blame Omari Hutchinson for questioning, is this really what I want? When you go, he went into the national stadium and he's getting booed. As a young player, you don't know how mentally tough these players are, how prepared they are. A lot of people might say the players, they're playing big leagues in England. Omari Hutchinson is not starting in a big league team. Omari Hutchinson is still a youth player. And trust me, even older players, sometimes the fans get to older players. A lot of older players break under the pressure. More and less, we're talking about a youngster coming to a hostile environment like Jamaica, where he's leaving a professional setup and you have fans booing him. He's playing on fields that's totally garbage. He's playing with 11 players that he doesn't know. He's not feeling like how he doesn't look the way he used to look on the football. When he takes the ball and he makes a run, he doesn't have the strikers running into space or peeling off. You have Whisper taking a shot from 40 yards out. It's almost a pickup game that the youngster was thrown into. So you also have to understand that when a player like that is going to make a decision, it's a family decision. The young man has a family. He could have been in Jamaica playing, and his parents look at the game and hear people booing him, and his parents could even say to him, yo, I don't even think this is for you, Omari. Like, if they don't want to appreciate you leaving here and making the sacrifice to come to Jamaica, we don't even want you to play. You have to evaluate all the different sides of the coin, guys. People just say, oh, man, just happy if you play for Jamaica. I would want every player to be happy to play to Jamaica. But it's also a reason why there's a lot of Jamaicans who are not living in Jamaica as well, because they moved away from Jamaica for a better life and a better lifestyle. Not everybody wants to just do the free willy thing and just accept it. It comes back down to even what the coach said when you talk about the food in Jamaica. Remember, guys, if you tell a Jamaican, say, yo, the food of Jamaica tastes bad. Remember, us as Jamaicans, including myself, we think that our food are the best tasting food in the whole world. But however, it doesn't work for a person who is coming from Iceland, who's not used to so much spicy food. That's just the reality of life, guys. We have to accept that not everybody is going to see the world through the same scope as we do. And people make decisions based on other things. No, where Jamaica team is right now, even if Omari Hutchinson comes and play in Jamaica, Omari Hutchinson is not going to be a starter. Based on how this Jamaican team is shaping up, Omari Hutchinson will be coming to Jamaica to be a supporting role, a bench player. So we have to understand that. Let me just read this comment from Anita Bell. She says, booing is a part of the fans' behavior. Hopefully he's not taking it too serious. Same ones who boo is the ones who cheer. I totally agree with you, Anita, but just look at it from his perspective. Me and you who are Jamaicans understand that in the stadium, if people can fling a buckle after you and them have the buckle, then we do it. But that's not acceptable in other places. Not everybody is built like us to accept and know say, yo, a Jamaica. You know, even schoolboy football, you hear man I tell the ref about them mother, man I tell the ref I tell players to come off of the field. Look how me them deal with Lamar Walker in the stadium. But Lamar Walker he's been through the system. He understands how it works in Jamaica. But not everyone will accept certain things, especially when you're coming from a system where people are cheering you on, people are supporting you, people respect your talent, and you then come to an environment where the professionalism breaks down and you're accepting a lot of things that you wouldn't really accept, and you're still not okay. Is my mic muted or something? Nobody now hear you. I don't know. Is my mic muted or is he? I don't know if he's he joking or my mic is muted or something. Audio not working. Whoa, my audio is not working and nobody told me that. My audio is. I think my audio is working. Anita, let me know somebody if my audio isn't working, because this would be very weird if my audio is not working. It seems like everything is working from my. I'm hearing you pretty well. Okay, I think that has to do with Shamar Hall. Just dig out the wax out of your ears, brother. Yes, that was just a little distraction there. But yeah, as far as Omari Hutchinson, if he comes to Jamaica, he's not gonna be a starter. He is not gonna be a starter. 5 months ago, he would be a starter. And 5 months ago, I would have want him to just be there right now. But I also accept now that if Omari Hutchinson needs more time to make the decision, I'm willing to be patient and let him take the time, because I think there are other players that we need right now, like a Johnson Clark Harris. I think Johnson Clark Harris right now would be the best striker that Jamaica has and the best striker that we can get. A lot of people wouldn't agree with that, but find me another striker that Jamaica has available that's better than Johnson Clark Harris at this point. There is no other striker I can think about. So that's a striker that I actually think we need. Mikel Antonio is a specific type of striker. I think Johnson Clark is more of a striker who is a trigger striker who can take it from in front of the 18 and run into the box with it, or run on into the box with the ball. However, post-up play is more Mikel Antonio. So as I said, guys, let me just recap a bit. Joel Labatier, his documents has been prepared and it has been looked over by certain individuals and is now ready to be submitted. So he's another player that I think can come in and bolster the team and create more depth in the team. He is a player as well that can give Jamaica more flexibility in the defensive third of the park, where we can maybe think about starting a back three, because I wouldn't want us to start in a back three with a Richard King and a Damian Lowe and a Ethan Pinnock, because Ethan Pinnock is not very vocal, even though he's one of the most important players in the back line. So bringing in another player like Joel Labatier is a good thing, I think, where he's getting football week in and week out, even though he's not playing at the center back position. So as we know, as of today, Joel Labatier, his documents are being prepared. They looked over it and it's ready to be submitted. As for Reiss Nelson, guys, Reiss Nelson, they're having difficulties getting in touch with Reiss Nelson. It's slated that someone in the Jamaican space will make contact with Reiss Nelson tomorrow. Tomorrow, there will be a phone meeting with Reiss Nelson tomorrow to know whether or not he's going to play for Jamaica. And a lot of people don't understand that, though Reiss Nelson's dropped a few dimes on the interview. He never came out and said he wanted to play for Jamaica. You see what I mean? Reiss Nelson never came out and stated that he wanted to play for Jamaica. So tomorrow there will be a meeting, a phone meeting, not with the Jamaican head coach. Someone else in the Jamaican space will be contacting Reiss Nelson as they told him to get back to them tomorrow, and they will have a discussion with him. No, Johnson Clark Harris. A lot of us thought that Johnson Clark Harris was further along in the process. It seems that Johnson Clark Harris, his documents has not been submitted as of today. Johnson Clark Harris documents, that's what I'm getting from the phone calls that I made today before I got on this show. And these are individuals who are the in the mix of contacting these players. These individuals actually contact players themselves. These individuals actually pass on information to the coach before they contact players. So the coach does have Reiss Nelson's contact as well, but this individual will have contact with Reiss Nelson tomorrow. Back to Omari Hutchinson. It's also stated that Omari Hutchinson was contacted by the English FA. He was contacted by the English FA. No, the person couldn't give, my source couldn't give me a definite on whether he was contacted before he played in the Trinidad game or he was contacted after he played in that Trinidad game. It was related to me that even Dexter Lambasika was contacted by the English FA, as all these players are in the system and they're in a pool of youth players in England, as to so they were all contacted. Big up yourself, Marcus Garvey, and big up yourself, Colin Quest. So as of today, as we know, Reiss Nelson has been a bit difficult to get in touch with. And this is a player that I really want to see in the Jamaican colors. No, let's look at how Jamaica is shaping up. Jamaica is going to be a tough team for a lot of these new players to come into and start. We might look at a Reiss Nelson and say Reiss Nelson have a marquee name. I heard people saying Leon Bailey, no good, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if Reiss Nelson will be starting over Demarai Gray and a Leon Bailey. I'm just not seeing that. If you look at it though, however, Leon Bailey's situation now is a little bit different. Is it safe to say that it's Leon Bailey's season is over? Is Leon Bailey's season over? I don't know. I don't think Leon Bailey will come back and impact the Premier League for the rest of the games. That's not a lot of games left. I would advise Leon Bailey to just lay low, stay injury free, and prepare for the summer, for the Gold Cup for Jamaica, and also use the Gold Cup as a preparation and to get back into football shape for the next season. A lot of fans from Aston Villa are saying that they think Leon Bailey should be sold. Go on the Aston Villa podcast and you can see for yourself, guys. This is not, I don't work at Aston Villa. I just watch these podcasts and I don't see Jamaicans over there arguing with the Aston Villa fans, because you know what? Those are the people who are paying, that club is the one who is paying him 30 million. Up Martin Baker. Up Martin Baker. Those are the people who are paying Leon Bailey to come in and play. So if they don't think that Leon Bailey should be around the next season, I can't say that Leon Bailey should be there. But however, I would tell Leon Bailey to just maybe sit out for the rest of the let me add this person. Managing moderator standard can manage for the channel. All right. These are people who can then decide whether or not Leon Bailey is a part of the setup going forward. No, Mikel Antonio seems like he's getting back into shape and he's looking like he's ready to go. I refer Omari say one Jamaica, one YouTube family, Jamaica to the world. So so now we realize that Shamar Hall he's a cap star. He's just basically a troll. Since he said he heard that the Demarai Gray can get gonna get a call up for Jamaica. So I guess I don't really have to pay attention to any more of his comments. We see where he's going with that. So yeah, as for the summer guys, Jamaica team is starting to look like it's gonna be a difficult squad to make. It's going to be a difficult squad to make. Now, news reports also came out that Jamaica will potentially play Honduras in one of the friendlies. And this is not coming from me, and this is not coming from Jamaica. This is coming from the Honduran press that Jamaica will potentially play Honduras in the United States. And this is a good move because I said that though the GFF was trying to make that game happen with Chile, which is still up in the air, I didn't think that Chile was a team that would prepare us to play for the United States. I said that in that video. I don't think that Chile is the team that would really prepare us for the Gold Cup, though Chile is a good competition. If you look at how Mexico operates, whenever Mexico goes into a CONCACAF tournament, they tend to play other CONCACAF teams to prepare them for the tournament. And I think Jamaica should maybe take a few pages out of how the Mexicans operate when it comes on to getting friendly games. So it's stated that Jamaica will play Honduras in the United States, and this is in the Honduran press. So you can go out there and read it for yourself. If they're wrong, they're wrong. If they're right, they're right. That's what it is. Anita Bell said, hope these Jamaican players are not letting the EFA trick them into believing they will play for England. To me, it's a sabotage of Jamaica chances to be feared on the world stage. No, Anita Bell, I said something about this that I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I think there are players with Jamaican heritage who would rather get 2 caps for England and sit on the bench than come to Jamaica and play for Jamaica. And it's not because Jamaica is not a good team. It's not because Jamaica is not a good team. I think that if you look at some of these players, they come through the academies with players who are their friends, players who they have, a relationship with, chemistry with, and they see their friends moving up the ladder, some of them getting called up in England team. Sometimes that's an achievement that some of these players want to have for themselves. They would want to get that England call up to have that next to their name. Look at the Ivan Toney, one and done. Ivan Toney, he got that call up for England, but that's it. Ivan Toney is not the future of England when it comes on to striker. And people, I would implore all young Jamaican players in the UK to understand this. If you're waiting for that call up from England, evaluate and look at yourself. What position do you play? And look at the depth and the amount of players that England has at these positions. And think about your chances. How do you, how much you, what, how good is your chances when you stack up your playing ability amongst these other players who are in front of you in the depth chart? So a lot of players have to think about these things themselves. If they want to just sit there and wait till England call them, I can't blame a man for that. But people has to also understand that a player like Omari Hutchinson, I think Omari Hutchinson and Dexter Lambert-Seeker would have been two of the youngest top talent that Jamaica has ever capped for our senior team. You know what I mean? He would have been toward one of the. So for me, I think this is a very big decision for Omari Hutchinson. This is not just your normal little decision where Omari Hutchinson just basically just pick up himself and come play for Jamaica. He's at an age where his parents are still involved in the decision making. This is not just a thing where the youth just pack in bag and come from England. These youngsters have parents. These youngsters have uncles who have been there for them. And I think if Omari might have spoke about his uncle in an interview. These players have their uncles and their cousins who've been there for them, taking them to training when they were younger, going through the academies. So we have to remember this, that we are looking at the situation as fans, and we're talking from a place of passion, that we're saying like, yeah man, them youth have to come play for Jamaica right now. Dog, you know what, come play for Jamaica. Guys, it's a life-changing decision. It's a life-changing decision. And my thing was, I said, the angle that I was coming from, why I said that I think that Omari Hutchinson agent might have advised him not to take the call up so early. As an agent, you're going to evaluate, how does this call up help my player? Any intelligent agent in the world, any intelligent agent in the world is going to evaluate how how playing for Jamaica is going to help their player. At the end of the day, guys, money is involved in these things. Playing international football, it's minute when it comes on to the earning power of these players. These players are actual companies. These players are like a whole company. Some of you have players in England making more than companies, bro. There's players getting hundreds of thousands of pounds a week. There are companies around the world who's not making that in a year. So making that decision, bro, it's like a man is saying, switch the name of your company or change your company from the UK and take your company to Jamaica. We have to take these things into consideration. You see what I mean? You have to understand that looking out for your client, you have to take this into consideration, that the players themselves are not the only ones who are making the decision. No, Shamar Hall said, what about Kiddo Taylor Hart? I think the coach touched on Kiddo Taylor Hart, that he's not playing enough football. So we're not getting to see enough of him and how he wants to see Kiddo Taylor Hart. But I don't think Kiddo Taylor Hart is ready for a senior call-up. Kiddo Taylor Hart is not ready for a senior call-up. One second, guys. Something happened with my mouse. Kiddo Taylor Hart is not ready for a senior call-up, guys. We have to take this into consideration. My mouse, something happened with my mouse. Kiddo Taylor Hart is not ready for a senior call-up, Shamar. I think another thing, Jamaican fans, please, Jamaican fans, let's remove the fact that a player comes up to an academy like Arsenal and a Liverpool. I think a lot of time we get carried away with, because a player was at Chelsea or a player was at Manchester United, we just automatically think that the player is going to transition into big league football and is ready to take the next step. Just as much as how Jamaican players fail to take that next step, a lot of players in England fail to make that next step as well. Because you came up through the Chelsea Academy or the Arsenal Academy or Liverpool Academy, it doesn't make the fact that you're going to be successful, guys. We have to think about these things. Avis Williams said, we need to change that. Jamaica should be a great option for our overseas developed athletes. No, Avis, this is why I think the JFF has to get their act together. That part, your comment there, Avis, is why the JFF has to fix things. If you're going to sell something to someone, you're going to sell a brand, an idea. I don't know if anybody here watched like Dragon's Den or those kind of show where people go there. And you know about Levi Roots out of the UK, a Jamaican who pitches hot sauce, and he's a millionaire right now. You know what I mean? He was his idea. He was making his own hot sauce in his home, and he went on Dragon's Den and he pitched it, and they invested in him. He went on with his guitar. No, it's just like how you're selling a brand to someone. When you're selling a football brand to a player in England who wakes up in the morning, he goes to the facility, there's proper breakfast, maybe buffet, fruits, all the proper things to get your hygiene right, to get your warm up ready. You have your jogging suit, you have 5 football shoes laid out for you, your jersey iron out and hang up in your arm thing, and then you come to Jamaica, and then the bus no come. Lunchtime, you have a game, a curry goat and white rice line up for you. Them catch some mango, come give you the mango, them no peel. You have to wash the mango them yourself. Everything. I'm just using these little small things, guys, as just to show you the example of when the standard drops and the standard breaks down. We have to remember that these people look at things differently. And sometimes the people have to think about, do I want to attach myself to this brand, or how this thing is going to go when my standard is up here? We have to take these things into consideration. Esco Levi. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, man. So we have to think about these kind of things. And people, I'm not coming to you with no conspiracy. When I come out and I put a video out, when you hear the information, you have a brain. Think for yourself. Think about what makes sense. That's what your brain is there for. Run it through your process and say, does this make sense? Don't you think that it makes sense that Omari Hutchinson should question, does this Jamaican setup is something that I want to do long term? And I even said this about Dujan Whisper. I said I was fearful that they call up Dujan Whisper too early, and he goes into a Jamaican setup where the team is not playing together. He's playing with 11 random players. He's not getting the football, and he gets frustrated and his confidence drop. We have to remember these things, guys. We are dealing with youth players. I think sometimes we forget that we are dealing with youth players. Look how many times as a young youth, there was a lot of things you want in a life. And as you get older, you realize, say, say, no, that's enough for me. But when you were young and you were just out there, you just think, say, you want that. How much time you pick up a woman where you say, that girl, let me love her, she look good, she shape nice, and she turn out to be one big mess, one big problem in your life, vice versa. The women, them as well, pick up some man with them see and think it's a good man, and the man turn out to be one trash bag, one garbage can. You see me? So that's just how life goes. There are things that we want at an initial phase, but we then change our stance on that. So Omari Hutchinson can question whether or not he wants to play. JT, can you stop being a Monday morning quarterback before Monday morning? Explain that to me. In which one of the topics am I being a Monday morning quarterback, Mr. United? But big up yourself, Mr. United. You know why I respect you guys as fans, Mr. United. Them man will disagree with you all day, but they will never be disrespectful. And let me tell you this, people. J Taylor on this here thing. Me a black people, because this is what me gonna do now. I'm not gonna create an environment over here, so where people tell people about their mother and a bag of things. I want to create an environment where a person can disagree with me all day without telling me about my mother. You say if you can disagree with me, my opinion about football, and then bring your point and make your point stronger than my point, that me I look for. Bring a point and then elaborate on your point and make it better than my point, and then me have to also shift my position and agree with what you said. You see me I say? But for a man telling me about my mother and them thing, me not have to, brother, me not have to sign up for that. Me not have to sign up for that. Them saying, no, bro, in life, people don't have to respect you, but you can choose not to be disrespected. You see me I say? It's just a simple choice. You see me I say? No, I dropped the link, Miss Martin Baker. I don't have the phone thing set up right now. The funny thing, because my equipment that I'm using is mostly musical production driven. I'm using the Apollo Twin sound card, and I don't want to run the phone through it because that's an expensive phone card. And if that gets shut down, me down right $1,800 for that. So I don't think it's worth. But I just dropped the link again. If you want to hit the link and join the show. Also, Mr. United, I mean, respect people like you, even man like Teddy Lee. Like I always see people give Teddy Lee a lot of slack on the show, but if you notice, Teddy Lee never really disrespect people. I never saw Teddy Lee. If you look back at Teddy Lee thing, you never really see Teddy Lee telling people about their mother, or Teddy Lee just go up on the show them and say how he feels. And Jamaica, and as Jamaicans, bro, we need to embrace free thinking, people who think for themselves. Because me and you know, growing up in Jamaica, a man with knife you up for sports, a man with knife you up for football at Jamaica, brother. And we have to move away from that. If you see in Europe, fans will meet up and fight. Brøndby FC versus FC Copenhagen. The man them organize, figure some place and meet up and fight. And then go to some bar, go drink together. I saw me see fans roll, yeah, so me see fans meet up and fight after games, man, blood up man face over football rivalry, and the whole of them end up in the same bar a drink after that. That's the environment where we need to create that, bro. If we disagree, then that's what where you say JT, no toxic environment for them run up in and down in. No, we now create a toxic feel over here, so brother. Me do enough of that already on the YouTube space. Because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. YouTube got to me at one point, because you see during the pandemic, the YouTube space became like a family to me, bro. I was just raising my daughter as a single father. Me can't go outside now. I used to just come on YouTube. But then, bro, the thing gets so toxic where me realize, say, bro, it affect me like in an emotional way, psychologically. It was affecting me. And me take a step back from the YouTube space. Big up Ryan LFC. Ryan LFC is the first person to bring me on YouTube. But as of right now, Ryan LFC is he's putting on the pressure on the JFF. That's not really why I'm on YouTube. I love to talk about football. I like to talk about the players, strategies, how teams match up against each other, just like how we talk about Reiss Nelson. Can a Reiss Nelson walk into Jamaican football team and start right now? I don't think so. But a lot of fans, people are messaging me saying, JT, where you get the madness from? Reiss Nelson, a quality. Reiss Nelson, a big baller. No, I think a lot what fans are going off is Reiss Nelson is at Arsenal. And fans cannot get over this thing that Reiss Nelson is at Arsenal. So Reiss Nelson has to start when he comes to Jamaica. I think Reiss Nelson has to come to Jamaica and earn a starting spot. But as I said early on in the video, the Football Federation, the coach, they're having difficulties getting in touch with Reiss Nelson. Someone will have a talk with Reiss Nelson tomorrow. This is a person who has helped with the scouting. He will have a conversation with Reiss Nelson tomorrow. He has also passed on the information to the coach about Reiss Nelson. Johnson Clark Harris, I'm just repeating some of the things so the individuals who came in the show. Johnson Clark Harris, they found out this weekend that his documents are not in. And for me, Getting a Johnson Clark Harris right now is more important than Reiss Nelson. I swear to you, getting Johnson Clark Harris right now is more important than Reiss Nelson, because if you look at Jamaica team right now, with Mikel Antonio, Corey Burke, Shamar Nicholson, we don't have that striker, bro. We don't have that striker who is going to go out there and just chop things up. We need that striker. We need a Johnson Clark Harris. He is, guys, I've been watching some of the highlights from his goals that he's scoring, and he has that eye for goal. He has the trigger. He's a trigger man to get the ball in the back of the net. Mikel Antonio is a good striker, but Mikel Antonio is not a fearless goal scorer. Hear what I'm saying, guys. Mikel Antonio is a phenomenal striker, but Mikel Antonio is not the most clinical goal scorer. You can disagree with me. That's what I'm saying here. I encourage us disagreeing on opinions. A man can say JT right, but just give me your opinion and let me look at it from the side where you're coming from, and make we see what makes sense. But I think Mikel Antonio is, if you look at Bowen at West Ham, he was getting a lot more goals than Mikel Antonio, because Mikel Antonio was doing the dirty work. And then Bowen was the man who was being more clinical. He even got a call up for England. No, let's say Mikel Antonio is playing for Jamaica and he's doing the dirty work. Who is that? Who did me go use a Jamaican term? Who are gonna be the hungry dog in front of goal, brother? Who are the hungry dog in front of goal where anything cross the bar that dead? You see me I say? So we need that person there, bro. We need somebody with goal craving. We need a person with just, you remember how Drogba is a man where it look like Drogba did have magical powers. Drogba just show up every time the ball needs to go in at the back of the net. You just see Drogba turn up side of the football, up on the line in the 6-yard box. Drogba was amazing at this. Thierry Henry can score anywhere around the 18. Anywhere around the 18. And so when I look at Jamaica, this is where I'm starting to worry. I'm like, who is our goal shark? Who are going to be with goal shark? Mr. United say, JT, please remember that you can choose your club, but not your country. Sometimes you don't speak of Jamaica in a... No, I think I speak of Jamaica in a positive way. I think I speak of Jamaica in the most balanced way, Mr. United. Mr. United, listen, Mr. United, let me just say this to you. Growing up in Jamaica, people full up my head and other Jamaicans growing up that, listen, we are the greatest at everything. You see, when I start running to other people, I realize that we are great at what we are great at. But there are people who are great at other things, bro. Just like you look at the Chinese. The Chinese, them can build a bridge in the sky, my friend. The Mexicans can build a whole country in a week, my brother. You see me I say? White people, when you talk about European Anglo-Saxons, they are some of the best at research. This is how these people control the world, is through research. They get the information and they know how you're going to behave, and then they automate your behavior, bro. They automate things to know how you're going to behave. So now, me, brother, what I did was I came down off of that drug where I got in Jamaica, that liquor about your Talawaya and Jamaica, we are the best at everything. That's not true, my brother. I'm sorry to say that it's not true. We are good at what we are good at. And Jamaica, we are part of an entire planet of people. And when you look, bro, there are people in other countries who have talents that outweighs what we do in certain things. You see me I say? So that's why I bring it truth can't turn to a lie. We Jamaican too personal. Yeah, so that's the thing, bro. So I had to accept that, brother. Just so me not tell you, brother, when we come out of Europe and we meet up some other Jamaican, the man them say, yo, We go touch everywhere like more, yo, we get any girl we want. And brother, you see when you go to some club at Europe, you can't even get in. The man them say, yo, you know, match the dress code. You're not sharp enough. And you start realizing, bro, it no matter where you come from, bro, there are other people who have things that they're doing in other ways. And you may realize, yo, crap, bro, we are Jamaicans, but we are just a part of a bigger equation. You see me I say? We are just a part of a bigger equation. And it's similar to the football. The last Gold Cup, the first video I did on YouTube on Ryan LFC channel with Ryan, I said, Ryan, Theodore Whitmore has to go. Theodore Whitmore has to go. Ryan, and we make people know this. I want everybody to know this. I want to can cut this. No matter how you see me here, so I do this channel and them thing. Me is a youth like this. Me and Ryan especially, I go good for life. Ryan was one of the persons who brought me on YouTube and said, Jay Taylor, anytime you need to go live, you tell me. You see me I say? You tell me. A lot of times people tell Ryan, kick off the boy JT there. Ryan, you know, see if you take off JT off of your channel, I'm going to bring you down. Ryan said, no. You know what I mean? His opinion is his opinion. And me respect Ryan for that. You see me? He didn't make people pressure him to run me off of the show. Because enough people say me mad when me say some things. But it's the same thing with the top of thing. That's the first show I said on Ryan's channel. I said, guys, Jamaican fans, see your doctor. Ask for some depression medication for the Gold Cup here where come up and the World Cup qualify. Because we have a man with a bike license, I try fly a plane, brother. We have a man with a motorcycle license, I try fly a plane. The man them say, if we give the coach a chance. No, you can't wait till the man crash the plane and kill off one whole heap of people. Then you say, yo, we shouldn't give him the plane. This is where we have to get bolder as a country. And this is where the JFF has to get bolder as an federation. When it's not working and there are people who are incompetent, you have to pull the plug on them. You have to pull the plug on them. You cannot make some man sink the ship, brother. You cannot make some man sink the ship. And Reiss Simpson, you know this is not my territory, but you have been getting a pass, Reiss Simpson. You have been getting a pass. You have been getting a pass. Guys, and remember, don't let them fool you into getting rid of Dennis Chung. Don't let them fool you into get rid of Dennis Chung, brother. You see, the moment we get rid of Dennis Chung, one of them Monday, where we not know, we not deal with we, him, them are coming. One of the man them we are gonna say, yo, them boy they over YouTube, what them know about football. I chat them fans they over YouTube, I chat off them out, a keyboard warrior them. Them man they go come in and take Dennis Chung job. So no make them trick you know, when you not hear some local foot parish man are coming, but this and that and money not running. Guys, don't make them trick we. Dennis Chung needs to be there. Dennis Chung needs to be there. You know why I think Dennis Chung needs to be there? Dennis Chung knows that his reputation is on the line. And Dennis Chung has been successful in most of his ventures as far as being a CEO or being the head of any organization in Jamaica. So he's not in this to fail, guys. He's not in this to fail. And that's the person you want in there. A man who has pressure on him to succeed. Not a man who thinks that, yo, how me go slide off the thing under the rug. This make my, when me go drop the money after I shop, this make my dog fan down a west come pick it up. We don't want them in the brother. We don't want no more individuals in the football who's afraid to talk to anybody on YouTube. Because if you don't have anything to hide, you should be able to come out and speak about these things. Let's see where Bala Checker say. Jamaican pretty good at track and field. We can be great at football. It takes serious development. Yo, Bala Kick, if I didn't think that Jamaica could be great at football, I would not be on YouTube. May I tell you the truth, brother? I agree with you. The frustrating thing for us and probably the fans is, bro, we see the potential, bro. We see the potential that Jamaica has when it comes to football. And we know we can get to the level of a track and field level when it comes on to football, bro. And this is why the fans them is this is why the fans them is so engaged, because the fans them know, bro. The fans them see it, bro. You see what I mean? The fans them see it. The fans them see it, brother. The fans them see it. So Jamaica can be good at football. That's why you guys are here day in and day out. And it's so frustrating. The man they make the thing look like rocket science, bro. And that's why I said, when the coach returns from the United Kingdom, I need Coach Heimir Hallgrimsson to come out and put to bed all speculation. I need the coach to have a press conference. And when somebody say, Coach, what happened? Did you speak to Reiss James? Well, we spoke to the player, and the player stated that he's focused on Premiership football at the time and getting more starting minutes at his club, and potentially he will get back to us at a further date. I bet if the coach come out and say this, every Jamaican reggae boy fans is gonna accept that. Because what can we do? What else can we do? If the coach come out and say this, we're gonna accept this. We say, Coach, what's going on with Omari Hutchinson? I know he stated it was personal reasons why he didn't come on the Mexico trip. Are those personal reasons remedied? And is he ready to go, or he's taking a little bit more time, or he's let us know? And we expect the coach to say, yes, I spoke to Omari and he's in a good place, and he's thinking he's working on some stuff. He still needs a little bit more time, but he gave me a period of time when we think that he might be ready to play for Jamaica. Brother, the moment these things just come out with clarity, all these things get put to bed, brother. And this is why I said Dennis Chang is important. And this is why I love about this, what I love about this coach. And this is what we need, brother. Because you see, what I don't want, bro, is this. What I don't want is going to this Gold Cup again, and we are complaining, say, John Doe no come, Mas Claude no come, Mr. Willard no did it. Me no want hear them thing that, bro. Mr. Winford Williams no show. Brother, me no want hear them thing that, brother. We need to put these things to bed, bro. We need to have a team. And if there is one or two players on the outside that we're discussing and we're looking for those players to arrive, so be it. But we don't want these things anymore to distract the football and distract mentality of the fans, bro. You see me I say? You see me say? We need well, I watched the show last night, Mr. I watched the show last night where Manning's man said up till Friday, Omar was committed to play for Jamaica. Listen, no, this is the thing, and big respect to Mr. Manning's man. Me and I've been on Mr. Manning's man show. I've been on Ryan's show, and Mr. Manning's man come on there and disrespect me heavily. Call me like a boy, and because of my opinion, you know what I mean? I still have respect for Manning's man, but Mr. Manning's man, I think you operate sometimes as if you're the god of information. You speaking to someone, Mr. Manning's man, doesn't mean that that person has to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Remember, you are working in the media space. So the information that a person gives you, it can also be plated to you in a way where they don't want it to get out in the media in a certain way as well. So, Manning's man, I respect you. You always had me on your show, and I watch your show every day. And listen, no matter if me and a YouTuber disagree, I watch every YouTube channel, bro. I go to work at 6 in the morning, but put on Ryan's show, beat out that one day. Me have the JD show, beat out that 2 hours there. Me taking the no, me get to watch Manning's Man show in the evening when I come home from work when Manning's Man is on. And then in the end of the day, me watch the coaches' decks. And if military has a video, me watch that. Watch the Sim. Bro, I don't watch a lot of other things. You see me I say? Yes, you see me I say? I watch all the shows. No. So when there are different individuals giving information, if Manning's Man can provide a statement from Omari Hutchinson or Omari Hutchinson agents, that's the only thing that Manning's Man can use on YouTube and say, see it there, because only thing he can say is he spoke to someone. That's it, bro. That's it. And anybody on YouTube, including the fans, can speak to someone. Everybody in this comment section have a family member in the UK. Every Jamaican in this YouTube comment section have somebody in the UK. So that's what I'm trying to say. Everybody can speak to somebody else. So I don't think a YouTuber can say, yeah, I this is it. But I got a lot of bashing last night where people were saying that I was spreading false rumor about Omari Hutchinson. No, guys, I gave you my opinion, and based on what I've been told, that Omari Hutchinson's agent, they wanted England to also know that they were serious about playing for Jamaica. So Omari Hutchinson came and he played in those games. And England needed to give them some guarantees on if is he going to be playing for England. But they also said that England told him that Omari Hutchinson would be a future project. So either way, if England tell Omari Hutchinson that he's going to be a future project, Omari Hutchinson still has to make a decision. Does Omari Hutchinson want to wait to be a future project for England, or he wants to come and play for his country of heritage where his family is from, and say, yes, I'm going to go inspire some Jamaican kids. I'm going to go play football for Jamaica, and I'm going to help Jamaica go to the World Cup. It still comes down to that. At the end of the day, it still comes down to that. And people can say, up till yesterday, Omari Hutchinson plans to play for Jamaica. Omari Hutchinson can choose to play, not to play for Jamaica up till this morning. This morning, Omari Hutchinson can choose not to play for Jamaica. So people have to understand that things change in football. Football is almost like the stock market, brother. It's about your stock, your value. Remember, 4 or 5 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, Omari Hutchinson would have been a starter in Jamaica football team. 4 or 5 months ago, Omari Hutchinson would have been a starter in the Jamaica football team. But when you look at the thing right now, I don't see how Omari Hutchinson would come in and start in Jamaica team right now. I just don't see where. Especially if you have a Reiss Nelson coming in, where I don't think Reiss Nelson is a starter right now. Omari Hutchinson is behind Reiss Nelson in the pecking order. So that's where we have to understand that Jamaica team is gonna get better. You see me I say? And players are gonna find it a bit more challenging to get into the team. More while you should keep the youth's name out of the media. All right, Siobhan, that the person say keep the youth's name out of the media. No. You see, Siobhan, you see when you sign up to play football, my friend, or you sign up to make music, or you sign up to become any athlete, this is one of the downsides of becoming a star in any category. You no longer control the narrative. You can shape your own narrative, but the media shapes their own narrative because it's a media space. And the media works off what works for the media. Just like what works for these younger players, the media has what works for them. Remember, media look at analytics too, brother, and I look what work for them too, brother. So people have to understand this, brother. The moment you become a star, if you become a star and you live in a certain way, so be it. Remember what Jay-Z said. You know what I mean? Jay-Z said, I wouldn't want my neighbor in my business, much less we have over 8 billion people in our business. But guess what? Jay-Z also said it comes with being a star, brother. When it comes with being a star, people have time to dig up on the internet and look where you the last night, where you eat for dinner. You know, remember in the Gold Cup, guys, people say Leon Bailey, they are nightclub. And me not even there, brother, me not there Miami. Someone silly and Bailey in the nightclub. So you see me I say, so we have to understand these things. Say, yo, and in the Jamaican space, you know, remember these people. Them Jamaican fans, yeah? Jamaican fans, listen, there's some talented individuals in the Jamaican media space. These people will find any information, brother. Just give them a day. Just give them a day and the people can find any information. We're going to bring on Siobhan right now. Welcome to the show, Siobhan. How are you doing?
Yeah, welcome, JT. I'm doing good. Hope you're doing well. Doing well also, and big up to all the fans in the chat as well.
Yes, yes. So Siobhan, I don't know if you caught big up yourself, Chris Smith. Chris Smith says, who would be the person? Chris Smith, I'm gonna get to you today with this Kahim Paris, you know. I know say, Mrs. say you really want to work out this Kahim Paris thing. Siobhan, I'm gonna fix this one with Chris Smith with this Paris thing today. Chris Smith, even if Kahim Paris is in this team, I don't know how it's gonna work because Kahim Paris is not gonna get any playing time. I don't see Kahim Paris getting any playing time for Jamaica unless Kahim Paris start dominating where he is. Because I seen a game the other day and Kahim Paris came off the bench at his club. And you saw that the coach went for other players over Kahim Paris, Chris Smith. So I'm wondering, I love Kahim Paris as a player. I said, I think the way how Kahim Paris got into the national team should be a blueprint for local players and how you make that journey overseas and you work your way into the national program. So I'm a big fan of Kahim Paris. I just don't know how Kahim Paris would get into the team, Chris Smith. So I hope he start getting some playing time at his club, but I don't see how he would get into this football team. No, we want to swerve away from. We talk enough about the passport thing and everything. We don't want to dive into that too much now. I want to ask you a question, Siobhan. Johnson Clark Harris. I was thinking that he's a player that we need more than anybody because when you look at the Jamaican striker pool, I think that's actually one of our center backs, and our striker pool is one of the one of the weakest areas. What do you think about that, Siobhan?
I don't think our weakest areas is really attackers, to be honest. I think our weakest area is right back and defensive mid. I don't think the centre back is an issue. I don't think strikers is an issue, to be honest. The defensive mid and right back is our main concern. But regarding Johnson Clark Harris, when you look at the strikers that we do have available, for me personally, I wouldn't say that he would be on the top of my list. Because I think that we do have better strikers.
So who would be the starting striker for Jamaica going into the Gold Cup? Are you saying that we have better striker? Who are these strikers, Siobhan?
I'd choose Antonio for one. I'd have Gray and Bowser. For those three, I'd carry.
I'm not taking Andre Gray in this Gold Cup. Siobhan, for that, I'm gonna bring in Reggae Boys. What is it? Reggae Boys fan thing here. Let me just see if I could add the names to the thing because I don't.
JT,
Yes.
a chemo man.
Chemo. Oh, chemo man. Chemo. Yo, guys, who's this
at the
person?
airport, at the airport of Florida, so I just have to on the channel.
Okay. You coming back to, are we going back to Jamaica?
Yeah.
All right. What do
Strike
you
all
who
the
do you
way.
think is our strikers for the this
I like
upcoming World Cup?
Shavan just give him opinion, may I give mine. So for sure, if we pick the team, the Gold Cup based on the farm, I want the strongest team out there as possible. Right now, the only striker, two strikers we can look on right now, were
Mm.
eligible and that can play for Jamaica is Mikel Antonio, and you're picking him basically because he's eligible and he's on the farm. And I don't know how the paperwork is going with Johnson Clark Harris, but he's a leading goal scorer as well. In his League One, EFL League One. So for sure, he should have a place in the team along with Bowser. So I think to bring three strikers, yeah, that would be good. What you say about that, Shavan?
Um. All right. So all right. So
That's
me
fine. No, I'm
picking
not
a
cut you
great.
before I say that. Why am I say be great? Because I check all of the stats them, most of the stats them, for some of the players them, and who are play, who are start, and who on farm. Cause one person where have a lot of minutes on and them belt, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
understandable. Understandable.
So when you look, Johnson Clark Harris is kind of a striker. Maybe we'd say like a Bowser. I don't know if you can relate. You
All right.
understand? But
So
being non-farm, you'd pick him, Mikel Antonio, and also Bowser. Even though Bowser not really playing, and
So
Bowser
let's
is
break it down. All
non-farm.
right, let's break it down position by position. Who are your four strikers that you would name in your squad for the Gold Cup? The four strikers in the pool, because I think they have to send in a bunch of players, like 40 or so, right? Who's your four strikers?
40, you need 40 players for the Gold Cup.
no
No,
man, the
no,
pool, the
the
pool, the
pool,
pool.
the
All right, so
pool.
but the four strikers, all right. So the four strikers can be John C. Clark Harris if his paperwork is finished in time, and also Mikel Antonio, Bowser, along with Andre Gray. Yes, because he can be in the pool, of course.
So Andre Gray, Boza, and Mikel Antonio
And
and
John C. Clark Harris. For me,
Johnson Clark
yeah.
Harris. So who is so no Corey Burke? I think Corey Burke is gonna be there. That's
Really?
the funny thing. I think that cameo that Corey Burke had against Mexico had basically solidified him for the Gold Cup.
Really?
Yes, I think so.
And if
Yeah,
we're
he came
using
on. Yeah, he came on and actually had an impact. To be honest, he did come on and have an impact. Not
so
agreeing to him being selected because I watch a lot of MLS games and he's not really that impressive to say. But
he scored last night.
yeah, but um,
I wouldn't bring Corey. I would watch him because he's at a new club. Want to see him prove himself and work his way into the team and build. Remember, we still have Nations League down in the year, you know.
uh
So want to see these guys a consistency. It can't be a one-off thing for me. And if we're going forward, we want to use a strong team. We also want the best players and the season performer. We're looking season performer. If we want to be dominant in CONCACAF and try go out there and trying to win one of these competitions, we need the best teams, the best players. You know, when you look at the other teams, we see players missing out some of the times. But if he's chosen in the squad, well, so be it. As long as there's an Antonio.
Marlon, jump on the show, Marlon. Marlon, please jump on the show. That's a man who know all of the player them. But continue, Chemo, continue.
Yeah, so as long as Mikel Antonio is fit, and because this would be his first Gold Cup, so maybe
So your
we'd
four
have like,
strikers. So let me stick to your four
yeah,
strikers.
mhm,
Just name your four strikers again.
Johnson Clark Harris, Mikel Antonio, Bowser, and Andre Gray. Pretty much most of those strikers actually offer the same thing.
Okay. What about you, Shavan? Who's your four strikers you're taking to the Gold Cup?
mm, If Clark Harris is available, I would choose him. Um, Again, my response might be a bit critical. Um, Persons might not like this, but in a full training camp, Mikhail, Gray, Bowser, and people are gonna kill me. I am going to take Whisper. I'm sorry.
people, let me know in the comment section. Do you think Whisper should be in the? Maybe I think Whisper should be in the pool.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah,
In the
that's what I
pool.
said.
No, let's narrow it down then. For you have to take. Was it? Is it 3 strikers we're gonna take in a 23 months? Or
Yeah, 3 strikers.
We're gonna take 3 strikers to the Gold Cup. Is Dujan Whisper one of your 3 strikers for the 2023 Gold Cup, Shavan?
Should Whisper be in the final squad?
Yeah, the
If I would choose
final.
it for the,
Yeah.
no, I said he should be around the squad.
But no, I'm asking you.
No, I wouldn't
Into
choose
the
him.
goal. So who are
No,
your
he's
3
not.
strikers?
I already told you.
Okay, so Mikel Antonio, Johnson Clark, Harris, and Shamar.
No, I said Gray. Fuck Harris.
Okay, so you're leaving Shamar Nicholson?
Yeah, hear what me I say now. Bowser,
Yeah.
Michael Antonio, and Gray.
Bowser, Mikel. Oh, so you're not taking Johnson Clark, Harris?
No, that's what I said. I'm not. I wouldn't. If I had the choice, I wouldn't choose Harris. I'd choose Gray over him.
People in the comments, let me know who are the 3 strikers you think Jamaica should take to the next Gold Cup. Who is the 3 strikers you think Jamaica? And I will put up all your comments on screen. Let me know who's your 3 strikers that all you guys would take to the Gold Cup. Kimo, who's your 3 striker?
Oh, my 3 striker would be Bowser, Johnson Clark Harris, and Mikel Antonio. And on the point about Whisper, wouldn't Whisper be in that Chelsea squad that would be touring for preseason? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm way ahead.
No, but
No,
I think
he's not going to Chelsea until November.
He's going to November.
Oh, so
Okay.
we
Guys,
would be available.
Yeah, all right. Hold on there. I just want to make a point because I know Jamaicans have a tendency of not listening to what people say. Nowhere in my comment did I say I am taking Whisper to the Gold Cup. What did I said was I am taking Whisper in the training camp so he can be around the players. If you don't understand what I just said, I say it in a patois. I not carry Whisper for carry the Gold Cup. I carry him for the around the big man them so he can see how big man football play. All right, and I understand now? All right. Go on, JT.
Okay, all right. So let me put up some of these comments and see. All right, Mr. United. Let me see where Zabad HD says he might bring Antonio, Boza, and Harris. That's who Mr. United is bringing with him. Martin Baker already said Harris, Antonio. Marcus Garvey said Harris is in my top 3, but he didn't give his top 3. Vibes Entertainment say Antonio, Boza, and Gray. You really think say Andre Gray have the juice? If you make it to a Gold Cup, you know, feel like he's at the end of his career right now.
It's just everybody's opinion, JT.
No, it's not. I don't have a problem with the opinion. You know, I just toss it up in the air for just questioning whether because do you think Andre Gray is at a point now where he still could be in a Jamaican shirt in the Gold Cup?
It depends.
All right.
It depends.
All right, I'm gonna tell you my reason for choosing. One of the main reasons. In our starting lineup, if doing the picking order of the strikers that would be selected, it's obvious that Andre Gray would be 3rd choice. So it would have been Antonio, Bowser, and then Gray, based off the ranking there. Mm-hmm. So the 3rd striker himself would not get much game unless there is injury in that sense. But that's my thinking, you know. So where Andre Gray would come on now, late in our game, the decisiveness, that's where I know the experience of Andre Gray Plus, he has been around that particular group of players before. So he may have some form of chemistry. So that's the reason why I said Gray. Because I
and
said he's not.
and he also offer something for Jamaica in those latter part of the game as well, as we've seen
Exactly.
that in the past.
So that's my reasoning for carrying Gray. It's not to say that Gray is a better footballer right now than a Clark Harris, but based off standing, he would be the in either Gray or something there. Gray or Johnson Clark Harris would be the third choice striker, in my opinion.
So there's no room for Cephas in this team.
Who first?
Yeah,
How about this? Let me just fix my question. Let's say Cephas gets into the two warm-up games and he dominates. Would you take Cephas as one of your strikers?
Um, yeah, answer that. Kimo
I'm here thinking about it because you're using him, you're selecting him as a striker
or a
and
winger.
not a,
That's
or a
the
wing.
thing. I think Cephas would be. I don't think Cephas would be an out and out striker. Um,
You're playing him in a front three then.
I don't think he's. I think he's in the same category as Demarai Gray, Leon Bailey, and Reiss Nelson. And it's gonna get tough when we get to that part of the field as well.
He scored today.
See if I score today again.
Yeah.
Wow. We might have to start thinking about, because this is another thing, bro. I need Jamaica to have goal scorers in the squad, bro. We need goal scorers, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at the
And that
stats
has
by
been our
Chris Smith,
problem.
look at the stats by Chris Smith. Johnson Clark, 44 games, played that amount of minutes, 25 goals and 4 assists. How would you take Boza over him? Let's look at the statistics there.
Listen, and really and truly, if we're gonna judge on farm, balls that haven't been firing for us.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
So that's why I made the point earlier when I said if we're gonna choose on farm,
Mm-hmm.
you understand? The only thing that we could use with Bowser now that we are holding on or clinging on to the hopes with Bowser is that he has more experience and he didn't
Wow.
have a bad track record of goals per game. I know that is getting bad because he haven't
Let's
scored in a while.
Chemo, let's clear up with the fans them. When they say Gray, are they talking about Andre Gray or
Yeah,
Demarai Gray?
they're talking 100 game for sure.
Andre Gray is it's
Andre
two
Gray.
different position. Two different position.
No,
Remember, we're
I
talking about
know,
striker.
yeah, I know. So that's why I say it look like the fans are very fond of bringing Andre Gray, because I'm seeing Andre Gray all over the place.
No, JT, remember, Andre Gray has proven, even when he was not firing for his club,
Mm-hmm.
he came to the national team and he
Yeah,
performed. So persons
yeah.
are just going off that. That's the thing.
In his first two games for Jamaica, he had like an assist and a goal. I think he has 2 goals
Exactly.
now
Mm-hmm.
with
So
2 assists.
that's
He
what
has two
persons
goals
are
and
going
two
off.
assists. And he didn't get
That's
much
what
game because
persons.
I know he played 6 games for Jamaica already. But he
That's
has
the
two
thing,
goals and two
JT.
assists.
So
Okay.
nobody is saying that Andre Gray is having a better season than anyone. It's just
Mm-hmm.
that he has always delivered. That's the difference now.
As Bosa always delivered for Jamaica.
He hasn't. Trust me, he hasn't.
And if I had the chance, I'll choose an Andre Gray because he has more experience, regardless, more than Bosa in top
Five
flight
games,
football.
6 goals. But look at this stats, Chemo. Chris Smith is coming in with the stats. Jay Taylor, Andre Gray in the Greek League
Yeah,
Super
I
League,
saw that.
25 games, 6 goals, 2 assists
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah, I saw
1,400
that.
minutes.
I saw that as well. And again, go back to what I said. When he was being called to the national team before, he wasn't on any rich vein of farm,
Mm-hmm.
but he was always one of our best performers.
Wow. You see what we're trying to say here, guys? And I said this earlier, that this
All
Jamaica
right,
team.
hold on, hold
Hold
on,
on,
hold on,
Shaban. Shaban,
hold
let
on,
me
hold on,
get the
hold on,
point.
hold on, hold on. Who was England's best defender in the World Cup?
No, but Shaban, yeah, switch
No,
the
hold
discussion
on.
for what I said.
No, it goes back to what me I said a while ago. who was England's best defender in the World Cup.
No, but this is not what we're talking about, Siobhan. That's what I'm saying. I was gonna
Well,
say
just
something
answer
to.
no. Just answer. Kimo, who
No,
was England's best defender in the World Cup?
I don't know, bro.
Harry Maguire.
Harry Maguire. Harry
Yeah,
Maguire.
but this is not the same thing, bro. Harry Maguire is Harry Maguire. What I'm saying now, people, is this Jamaican team is shaping up to become a headache to pick.
Which is a good thing.
It's a good problem to have, but we're looking based on how I see people, because when I'm looking at the comment section, one thread that I do see though, where I see a lot of people the fans seem to be fond of Andre Gray being in the squad. Andre Gray, Boza, Andre Gray, Mikel Antonio Boza. I see that a lot of people are, so no, there's no room for Jamal Lowe then.
In my honest opinion, I don't see Jamal Lowe as a striker. You know? I might get beaten for that. I really don't see him as a striker, to be honest. And again, if you want to go off form, he really isn't the best on form as well. So if Pearsons want to go back to that to say go back off form, he really isn't the best on form right now. But again, it's just my opinion, JT. I say my opinion. It's not right and it's not wrong.
How many wingers are they taking? Is it at least 4 or 5?
Yeah, at least 4 or 5. The wingers know.
Who are you?
If Reiss Nelson does get his documents,
who are your 4 wingers?
If Reiss Nelson does get his documents, he will be one for sure.
Demarai Gray.
Demarai Gray. If Leon is 100% fit, 100%. I mean, I don't want to see no strap on him leg. I don't want to see no ice on him foot. None at all. If he's 100%, he's gonna be there. And this is where the problem is going to lie now.
You have 3 players that is battling for that position. But remember, Jamal Lowe is playing consistent for Queen QPR.
Yeah, this is where
I think Jamal Lowe is gonna. But do you think that Jamal Lowe gets the nod in this team? Everybody in the comment section, do you think Jamal Lowe gets the nod?
What about Bobby Reid? We're not using.
Oh my God! people! What are the chemo? People.
No, this is a headache. Jamaica is officially a headache team to pick.
Marcus Garvey, Vibes Entertainment, Chris Smith, know yourself, everybody, Mr. United, Lansley Blake, big up on yourself, Marlon. This is becoming a headache because now you're stuck with Leon Bailey, Demarai Gray, Bobby Reid, Jamal Lowe, Reiss Nelson, Kahim Paris, and Cephas. So which one of these 4 players are you're gonna take? Because this is gonna be very difficult. Because I think that Jamal Lowe gets an upper hand because the coach has seen a lot of him. So and Bobby Reid is there. Bobby Reid and Leon Bailey take up 2 spots already, and Demarai Gray, that's 3 spots. So basically, we left with 1.
There are 4 person or 3 person fighting for that position.
So we have 3 persons fighting for 1 position. Now you're gonna have
all right, JT. JT, what about this? What if Al Grimson only chooses 2 strikers instead of 3? Just to facilitate the amount of wingers, the wing options that we have. What if he does that to facilitate the wingers? Or a position that's shark? I remember, we're saying we don't have a large influx of defensive midfielders. What if he only uses? He probably carry even more than what we believe. The wingers, we are just speculating.
Let's put it to 5 wingers. Let's say 5 wingers, because I don't think we can carry less than 5 wingers based on how. Because I think what we should do is carry 3 strikers and 5 wingers based on how I see the game of football is being played now.
And the 5 wingers can play play in different positions.
And they can interchange
playing a front 3.
Yeah, so I think we take 5 wingers. So who are your 5? Just in Kimo, give me 5 wingers, and Siobhan, give me the 5 wingers. Everybody in the comment section, Drop your 5 wingers so we can put it up on the screen. Who is your 5 wingers that you're taking? You have
So
Cephas, Bobby Reid, Jamal Lowe, Demarai Gray, Reiss Nelson. I
Jesus.
don't know if Reiss Nelson is gonna be ready. As I said,
for
guys, it was
now,
confirmed. No, it was confirmed today that Reiss Nelson is very difficult to get in touch with.
okay.
Yeah, he's very
So for
difficult to
now,
get in touch with.
we're
Yeah.
Wait,
gonna.
JT, hold on, JT. Where you get that from?
Don't worry about where me get that from, brother. I make my phone call and them say somebody's gonna have a talk with him tomorrow. Somebody's gonna have a
Oh,
talk with him
tomorrow.
tomorrow, and it's not the coach. The coach has his number, but they said it has been a challenge getting to him.
Oh, let me
Yeah,
tell you
so
this uncertain team and this I get this
no, but
uncertainty.
Shavan, you hear what you have to do, Shavan. If you uncertain, then you have to go start do your research and find out for yourself, brother. I say it work, you know. If you're not sure about something, you have to just I say you have to go make it sure,
No,
you know.
and that JT is the fact say, all right. When them, this when somebody say he is unable to reach, it's hard to get a hold of. Is it that them don't know how to reach out to him?
No, Siobhan, I don't know. See, even man like Ian Campbell here, Ian Campbell them know, like, and Ian Campbell them know who I've been talking to as well. Bro, that's what it is. They just have difficulty getting to him. Like there are people out there. I have even friends who may have a difficult time getting to. I may have them number. Yo, there are people out there who literally pick up them phone when them choose to, bro.
No, but JT, all right, hear what me I say, JT. But get what you say,
But Siobhan,
But
me never
but
want to
hold,
swing back the show, brother. Me
no,
never
no,
want to
no,
swing back the show
no.
upon that, bro.
All
No,
right,
yeah,
all right,
Siobhan, yeah,
all right,
kill the momentum, I sure right now.
all right.
To
Sorry,
be
sorry,
honest,
sorry.
yeah. I want to keep it on the football, and I don't want to be stuck on Reiss Nelson and the passport and them thing. Because you see what I was saying, fans? This is the distraction we want to move away from the Gold Cup, yeah? You see, if a man not there, him not in the team, brother. And we're going to work with who we have, but we want everybody to be here. And I want when the coach come, Siobhan, him make a press conference and tell who's coming and who's not going to be making it. And we just move on, brother. Because you see that thing that it distract the fans them to, bro. When the fans them are here, say, this a man have to come, this a man over the high commissioner outside a wait, this a man go to Jamaica next week. Yo, it's annoying, bro. Like me want to stay on football, brother. Like stuff like this, where the fans them can tell we what they're thinking, who they want to see in the team, and we just get back into the fan mode of supporting
All
Jamaica,
right,
man.
understood.
Yeah.
All right,
So
but one thing though, me no hear nobody mention Omari. Why nobody not mention Omari? But as a winger, or them have him as a cam.
bro, that's the thing. People, again, drop your 5 wingers them because that are the thing, Siobhan. Do the fans think that Omari Hutchinson is one of the 5 wingers that they're gonna carry for the Gold Cup? So drop the 5 wingers them that you as you see what Devon Porter said, tell them to pick up them phone and call Reiss Nelson then. You know what I mean? That's how me look at it. Cause people them I figure just do it away there, Siobhan. But fans, everybody in the chat, from we have to say football family. Come in even like say fans, cause me I'm a fan as well. Me in the same boat as you, brother. Me is a fan. That's why I'm there. So we want to say Reggae Boys Nation. Who are the 5 wingers them una go carry? Because it thing looks sticky right now. Because Omari Hutchinson, would you bring him as a winger, Siobhan?
Probably a cam.
As a cam. So let's leave Omari Hutchinson out of that. All right. Let me see what Avis is saying here. Avis is saying Demarai Gray, Leon Bailey, Reiss Nelson, Bobby Reid, and Cephas. So Avis is leaving out Jamal Lowe. No Jamal Lowe there for on this. All right, Ian Campbell. Ian, I just dropped the link, man. Feel free to join the show. Ian Campbell said Ronaldo Cephas is Jamaica most informed winger. Here we go again. It's a Cephas, but the coach seen Cephas? So Cephas is safe to say that we need to see Cephas in one of these. And you know what? This is one of my little concern, guys. This is one of my concern. The fact that the friendly games are gonna be played in the United States. and it's kind of close to the Gold Cup. How is it gonna be in time? Is it gonna be the players that the coach actually know he wants, or is he still gonna be looking at players, or he's gonna bring in players that he knows is good enough already that he saw at their club? That's just a little thing that's been bothering me as to how is this gonna work? Because I would understand if we were going down to Chile or Uruguay, then we say we're bringing these group of players and we are gonna look upon them players down there, and then when the Gold Cup squad pick, them money go. So that's just a little thing we're not too sure about, but that's just my speculation on that.
Well, hopefully the coach is doing, because we know that he is in the UK right now. Hopefully he's actually looking at the players, first hand, talking to players, so that he can get a first hand understanding of each player itself. Scouting is extremely important from the coach's end. He has a lot of players to watch and observe for the past couple of months, because it's not just what happening now, previous games, etc. So hopefully he's doing, his team is doing that as well. Because I mean, as I said, this selecting this team is going to be a headache.
It's gonna be a very heady issue. Cause bro, the fans them right now is really calling for Ronaldo Cephas. The fans them really look like Ronaldo Cephas is the so it's safe to say, Chris Smith, that Kahim Paris, there's actually no room in this team for Kahim Paris if Ronaldo Cephas is there. Kimo, what do you think? Is there any room for Kahim Paris in this team?
Based on farm, I would bring Cephas over
Over
Paris.
Paris.
On
It's not,
farm.
we're not using potential and what a person can do for these players per se. But Cephas has been on farm and Cephas has hit the ground running since he went to Scandinavia. As Macedonia
And
considered
No, no,
Scandinavia.
no, no, no.
Not Scandinavia, Europe.
I think Macedonia is close to Greece. Yeah. Because you know the Bible talk about the Macedonians, right? And the
Yeah.
Greeks. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm
So,
thinking from the Bible.
but
Prophecy.
yeah,
Prophecy.
I've been watching this guy, and he knows puts up a link whenever he's playing in on his status
Receive
for
us?
first move. Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah.
I need to follow him right now, man. I
So
could.
yeah, he puts up a link whenever his game is on. He's gonna
Oh,
play a game, so you can watch his game.
I need to follow. I need to follow him.
and
I don't.
another thing to JT, I know Paris hasn't really played much for Jamaica, but to be honest, the few times that he has played, it has not been impressive. To be honest, he has not been impressive. The few times that he came on for the team, I wasn't blown away to say that. Yeah, he deserve it every time. He has been called a few times and he has not been used as a sub.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
as I said, Cephas, he's on tremendous form right now. As what everybody said, he's Jamaica's most informed winger right now.
Okay, I'm
Um,
following him. I'm following him right now. Just found him. Okay. But Marlon in the chat is saying that Cephas is playing as a striker.
Really? For Kiev?
As well, Harvey Blair. I don't think Harvey Blair and them youth they're ready yet. Know yourself, because Harvey Blair is a player I've been tracking as well. He's at Liverpool, right?
Yeah. He did a photo shoot in the jersey.
Yeah. I don't think Harvey Blair and those. That's the thing, bro. If we get this thing right, guys, if Jamaica get this thing right, to be honest, the next time Jamaica go back to play against England in England, we need to embarrass England. The next time, because the last time Jamaica play against
6.
England, we pick up 6. We
At
pick up
Old
a
Trafford.
domino score.
At the Old Trafford.
Yeah, we pick up a domino score. So the next time Jamaica go back to play England, all these little young guns where we're talking about, the Harvey Blairs, the Omari Hutchinson, the Reiss Nelson, we fear chop the line.
But
We
JT,
fear, yeah.
I don't cut you, but I consider it the whole thing. Yeah, we all know that John Wall and what's his name? Yeah, Hutchinson is a good quality coach. Professionals. They know talent when they see talent and they know how to build a team. Yes. So I think we have to adapt what everyone is doing in Europe or over the world. Some of these top teams like the Germany, the England, they have three teams. They have an A, B, and a C team. For now, because of the talent that we know we have out there that can be eligible to play for us. But with all the documents and all of those things, there are people there in a certain capacity that can help the process to get these documents come by faster. But
Hold on,
because
the person
Look,
named
look,
3D. Who's that? Is that Trudy? TRIEU.
Trudy
Paris did not. Paris did not play
play
against
good,
Trinidad.
play good against TNT friendly. Paris didn't play in
Did
that
not play
game.
that game. Paris never played in that game. What are you
Thursday,
talking about?
Trudy near way name. No
My
man,
name I
sorry.
mix up. My name I mix up Paris with My what
Omari
the name again?
Hutchinson,
No, Omari man. Busy.
Busy Atkinson. Liverpool scored 2 today. Yo, brother, Ryan just messaged me about Liverpool for Instagram. I tell Ryan say we have to just think about next season and try bringing 3 good players. We need another solid
Hey,
defender.
hey, 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 hey,
And,
hey.
and,
We're not
and,
talking about
and
Liverpool
yeah,
now.
yeah. So we're now
yeah,
gonna say it.
yeah.
Know
When I
yourself.
when I finish make my point, so
Sorry.
Yeah.
yeah, we need a quality, just the same as how we need the best quality. Um, for the senior team, we need the best quality for the younger players that are going to fill these slots for these players that are getting old. Because we must be reminded, Mikel Antonio, maybe I don't know because he's the fitness situation with Mikel Antonio and injuries. So we have to be seeking a player, a striker that we can get 8 years worth of international football
Mm-hmm.
out of him to replace him. We still have to consider Ethan Pinnock.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting old as well. And yes, he's playing good and he's in form. He's an informed defender for us, but I'm still not so confident in his partner. The partnership with the Damian Lowe and Pino. It wasn't that bad in the Mexico game, but we still need to find a young, good centre back. That person that they say named Nathan Wood from Swansea. If the coach is in England and if he can um, negotiate something with that player, and we can get him. He's 20 and He's the starting defender for Swansea. It would be good for him to pair up with Ethan.
Roberts. One of
But
the win.
but the one play alright, the one position I am really concerned about for us
Yeah.
right now. I don't hear nobody at
No, but we're
yeah.
doing it position by
A
position,
Oh
right?
position by
no,
position.
no,
We're doing it.
another true. Me hear him gonna center back a while ago, so
Oh
move
no,
from
no,
attackers to
no!
center back. That's why.
It's just a point. It's just a point. Me that I try and make
Oh.
because the youth name, the youth, the person put up from Liverpool, the young youth, which we not see much game. Harvey Blair, yeah. So we say we need a strong team. We need in each position. It's good to have all three, four person in each position. When you pick
Yeah.
your
But I
team,
don't think as this comment chemo is the comment that put that to bed. Bala Kick said Jamaica don't even have to look that far. Just look at the US is doing. It's simple why you think the US player do so well in Europe. But I don't think we need to look so far down the pecking order as far as kids like Harvey Blair.
yeah.
Somebody made a comment. I think this person named Ranim or something like that. Ranim 90. I don't know if I pronounce that correct. Him say England U21 can beat Jamaica. And me want to tell him say that's straight baloney. Me tell you, them can good and can skill, but you see international football and big man football, bro, it comes with a different level of physicality. I think
Mentality.
Jamaica would have whooped them on physicality.
Yeah,
Physicality. You
yeah,
see, international football, this is why a lot of youngsters struggle when they get to the international stage. Them start run up
But
with some big
but
man.
But JT, hold on. Japan under 23 nearly killed we though.
No, but Japan under 23, remember, was like an entire Olympic squad that was playing against a Jamaica team who had players that weren't. We didn't have a team, bro, and we had the coach when set up a stay in the hotel and give the team to wait to come out with, and we
No,
only
it's
had.
not. It's not regarding to say like how we played, you know. Because remember you were saying that we'd use physicality and beat them. Remember you were saying that just now. I'm saying that what if the English team do them research and then say blah blah blah? You know them are gonna use them physicality and just pass the ball around me.
Them not. If I would put my money on Jamaica over England under 21. I'm just saying, bro. You see that Japan under 23 that beat us as well. All of their players were playing in top clubs in Europe, and all that they were a team that was playing together for a long time, bro, preparing for the Olympics. And a lot of their players, actually, some of the under 23 players went to the World Cup as well. Nobody in the England under 21 team is not a starter on England main squad. If you look at it, bro. So I just think that the physicality from Jamaica, not saying that Jamaica.
Morgan Gibbs White, some of them start for them club.
Well, all right. JT, me not think me can agree with that one though, to be honest.
Yeah,
Me
I
not, me
can't.
not think so.
Well, I can't bring. I just don't
Yeah.
see
Cameron Archer, same name, Cameron Archer.
who on
Start for
England
the
under
club.
21 is gonna mark Mikel Antonio. Please tell
Levi
me.
Caldwell.
Who are gonna mark Demarai Gray and Leon Bailey for England under 21? Brother, uno might here we beat Jamaica, but with some man need to run him, go put some respect on the team. Run in, I talk call it run in 90. Run in 90. Go on for England U21 and run in. Run in with
JT,
them.
JT,
Because we
I'm
know
not
where I go
saying
with that, brother.
I am not going to say that the under 21 team would demolish us like what happened with the Japan game. But it just seemed like the way you make it sound, JT. If Jamaica senior team was to play England under 21, we'd walk over them.
I didn't say that. It might be a game, but bro, we didn't play Japan under 21. We played Japan under 23.
All right, we'll play Suriname senior team. I will struggle,
But we won the game.
but we struggle.
Nothing no come easy in our life, brother.
Man, I know. Probably, all right. Probably I said. I just my, but me not think.
Hey, you realize
It's a different level competition, Kimo.
enough look a comparison. You realize the Jamaica team, I'm watching a Jamaica team right now, the Reggae Boys, with the coach Malgrimson, where I'm looking for a good result every time because I think the coach is competent enough for the team to do well. Now, when I was watching them with Tia,
such a
Tia
man.
Palucci,
With such a man.
yeah, such man. I was very optimistic of what will happen. I'm morely thinking of a draw, like it's a win.
Now, where did Croatia whoop England under 21? I think she can say Chris Smith I say England under 21 value 385 million. Brother, I know it's not. You can't go out on the field with all of the money you want have in a account. When you go out there, a ball of road. You know, even Croatia is one of the most underrated countries when it comes on to football. If you look at it, people cannot remember that, bro. In all these past World Cups, Croatia has been around there. Croatia has been the team that nobody wants to play when it gets late into a tournament. I think Croatia beat England under 21 recently. I think I saw the highlights. Either the under 18s or the under 21. But bro, we don't want to switch on that because England under 21 a baby thing that, brother. Them not ready yet. Them
No,
youth they not ever play international football yet.
with Grimmy at the helm, I just can't wait to see what's next for the Reggae Boys. That's my feeling. That's my everyday feeling. I can't wait for the friendlies or the warm up games, and I can't wait for the Gold Cup and the Nations League because I feel like something good is coming, something good is going to happen, and I want to give him all the time he needs up until
Yeah,
now.
that's true.
Yes.
There's no
Segue into your midfielder schema. Who are your midfielders? How many midfielders would we be taking? 4?
4.
Cause now we'd have gone rotted. We'd have gone over 8 players already in a dog. We gone 8
You
players. So
think
4 midfielders we
four
attack.
midfielders? 4 midfielder. We have 4
2
midfielders.
central and two central and 2 CDM.
2
One
CDM.
one
We have 2
CDM and
CDM.
one box to box and one. So Jonathan Russell is not a CDM.
Here people saying him is a box to box. Some people say it's not a outright CDM. But yeah, I would take 4 is good.
So
How much players that we have? How much players that way? How much position that we fill out already? 8.
8. So we have 5 wingers and 3 strikers already.
Okay. And then we have 8, and that's what? 4
central defenders. We have central midfielders. We are carrying.
Yeah. 8 and 4. That's 12.
So Ravel and DJ is the first 2. Jonathan Russell, and it's gonna be between Kevin Lambert and somebody else.
I'm glad they touch on that. Lambert. You don't think the direction in which you're going into. I don't see the difference between a Lambert and a Speedy. You know?
Lambert,
no man, Lambert is way more physical than Speedy Williams, man.
Yeah, man, Lambert tackle, man. Tackle.
Lambert speed is way more physical than Speedy. He might not be as agile as Speedy, but Speedy do a lot of, Speedy is that person who look like he's doing a lot on the job, but he's not really doing much.
All right. I'm gonna tell you one player. I'm gonna a lot of person. He actually got back a club. So I can't John Russell, I call Anthony Grant, I'm sorry.
Brother, I mash your man come for mash up his show, yeah, man.
No, Ryan.
I want to call me Ryan.
Yeah, boy, Ryan. JT.
The man come to mash up his show, people. The man say Anthony Grant.
A theme opinion that, and me would have shared the same opinion as him,
Remember, we were all saying we're not Anthony Grant because he's not playing a game.
Can Grant go to the United States? Because me here say they have some issue with him.
Oh, yeah, with the years, so Ravel can go US too.
But Ravel, but that was sorted out because something with him and DC and
and that's fixed.
That's fixed.
That means if it's something if it's supposed to be fixed, it will be fixed. But all right, let's say he can't go.
But he's someone. I think him and one of the man them. When him get a game, him put out him all out there on the field, and him have a record where when him play for us, we look solid. He make the players him playing alongside both defensive and offensive. He make the team look good.
People, let me know. Let me ask the fans them in the comment. Let me just read a few comments here. Chris Smith says JT Cameron Archer 10 million, 25 million, 28 million. Palmer 50 million, Gibbs White 30 million, Elliott 35 million, Smith Rowe 38 million. That's a lot of millions, man. But they still gonna have to show up on the day, my brother. Chris Smith, I just believe that there's a different level when it comes to the senior international football where physicality, those players might be more gifted and tactically aware, but I just feel like on physicality, I don't think they would have been able to match Jamaica on physicality. So we would have the edge. I'm reading some comments about. Let me just read out this. Know yourself. I'm not so confident with the midfield option, says know yourself. Marlon said Lambert is now playing at center back. Know yourself. So we'll need some reinforcement for the midfield. Lansley says no Lambert, no Speedy. Running say U20 teams are basically U23 teams in Europe. Gibbs White is. Ian says Russell Johnson. cannot think of any more I would take at the moment. What about Ravel? Are you leaving Ravel, Ian Campbell? Colin question, no Speedy. No, yes, sir, sir, bro. I prefer Grant than Lambert. Wow, people still calling for Grant. Siobhan got throw that out in the air, you know. Nikki,
What kind of issue you
well,
have with Grant,
no,
brother?
me just read, man. Well, Nikki English says,
Age is what
Jaja, in
age is the
Grant
problem.
we trust. Mr. United say Grant can't get visa. Lakeman say how many players bring in this Gold Cup team? 23 or 26? I think it's 23. But we I think it's
Probably 26,
23
man. Probably
or
26.
maybe 20. Yeah, probably 26 as those kind of reserve players, Julian. Nico G said, really, Chemo? Grant, bro? That's what I was saying as well, Nico. Know yourself says, but the thing with Grant, he has to come on in the last minutes of the game, like 1 minute. Stefan Wright said, Ravel, DJ, Russell, Lambert, Hutchinson. Running say King also has USVs. Okay. No, I don't know what happened with that. Let's move on from soon reach 40. Yeah, bro, Grant, we're talking about, bro, we're moving forward. This is another thing, brother. When I try to create a catch 22 situation, we
But
can't bring those
hold
players.
on.
No, me just
No,
read.
JT.
No, I'm just reading and answering the fans, Siobhan. We don't want to stop and discuss it yet. We just want to get the fans them involved in the show. Real baller, oh, I understand, but I can't say anything about it, bro. Chris Timmy said, J. Taylor, most of those players can start for Jamaica. Kelly Sinclair said we can use Bell and Latibeaudiere as defensive options. I also agree with that, Kelly. Not Bell, but Latibeaudiere. I'm looking at him as a defensive midfielder because in the Catalonia game he showed me a bit of signs that he can move the ball forward as well as defend. Let's look at this one here. Hutchinson, Johnson, Russell, Lambert, and Ravel. And we say that
Lambert.
makes no sense if he was granted blah blah blah. We're going back on the visa thing again. Ravel hasn't played club football in 9 months. Marcus Messiah obviously Grant is good player to groom our new CDM. Running say maybe they could bring Hector back to play defensive mid. Devon Porter, we appreciate the great work you're doing. Understand you have to keep this down on the low. Grant, brother, I'm sure the coach is aware of him. I don't see Grant in this team. I agree. We can bring Delano Splat or Dante Casanova then because we have not young CDM. I think we don't have a young CDM, says you know yourself. Lansley says Grant is the only CDM that has not failed for Jamaica, but I don't know that he can go to the US. Okay,
Yes.
too many issues with that. Grant is the only CDM. He's good player, Siobhan, but he's too old, bro. Let's move on and find someone else, says Nico. J. Taylor, Rico Lewis, Levy, Colwyn, Morgan, Gibbs, White, Jacob Ramsey. Okay, he's talking about the under 20s again. Based of what the coach said, no way Grant can be selected. Coach sent that he is going to use young players. 20 exactly, we can't go 40. So J. Taylor that England. Chris Smith has still a beat the England thing. Yeah, Siobhan, go ahead with your point. Yeah, just wrap up on the Grant thing the very quickly, Siobhan, and move on to giving me the 4 players, and then we move to the 4 center backs we're taking.
For the midfield,
Yes.
if Ravel can go, he would be chosen Bobby Reed as a cam, Omari as a cam.
I thought Bobby Reed was chosen as a winger already.
Bobby Reed? No, wouldn't choose Bobby Reed as cam as a winger. I choose him as a cam, and somebody don't say that already. You know. Defensive wise, no. Russell have to get selected.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, me I carry Grant. I understand say him old, but Again, the US issue as well. Yeah, I have to take that into consideration. Uh, is Latibeaudiere getting documents?
No, Latibeaudiere, apparently what I've heard today is that Latibeaudiere documents is ready to be submitted and it's been looked at by certain individuals and it's ready to be submitted. So we don't know if Latibeaudiere will be getting his passport in time, but his documents are not in as yet as of today, as what I've got from a pretty good, a pretty trusted source.
All right.
Um,
All right. Honestly, defensive midfield wise,
mhm.
we are short. Um, I think this is where I would carry one JPL player,
Who is that?
Romain Blake, as a CD.
Oh my God.
Brother, I am just talking my talk. If you don't have to agree with me. I said
People,
we are.
look like Siobhan no get no Sunday dinner today. Um, Somebody who have no leftover Sunday dinner can give me brother Siobhan. Give him some rice and peas and some. Him not get no carrot juice mix up with the something them today, brother. A be a man is Siobhan. Siobhan now also want to carry a youngster in Rohin Blake to the Gold Cup who hasn't got a call up for Jamaica
Hold on.
at the senior level and go. You want to go bread him into the
Stefan,
team at the Gold Cup,
Stefan,
brother.
the reason why I said that, brother, I'm not see nobody else. In a my perfect world, Damian Lowe wouldn't play centre back for me.
No, but
To
we're
be
not there,
honest.
bro. You're
Yeah,
jumping all over
yeah.
the place. Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Alright, the reason why I'm not say Lewis Baker, I'm not sure about documents. But don't want to call nobody with documents is not
Yeah, we're
showing.
not. Louis Baker is not even in the discussion as because as
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why I say I am looking over JT. Believe me, if I don't have to call Blake, I won't call him. Believe me,
But
but I am just looking at all the options, brother. That's all. No? I
yeah.
don't see it. That's the only issue, JT. But get what you say. What may I say? Probably Remy is not a good fit, but I am just looking, and I'm not carrying Speedy. I am not carrying Lambert. No day, no time. Me I call them. I swear, brother.
I wonder if the coach have seen enough out of Dante Casanova in the well, I think what we will see is based on who the coach called for the friendlies, then we can start to see what he's thinking because I wouldn't want to see, I know Michael Hector is in a good form, but I wouldn't want us to start going back into that direction. And to me,
What wrong with what's
Jonathan
wrong with
Russ,
Hector though?
Jonathan Russell to me is like a better version of Michael Hector, the same height. He looks more composed. Michael Hector turns over the football a lot. Michael Hector has a skill of turning over the football in dangerous areas. That's one issue that I have with Michael Hector. If you look at the past games that Michael Hector has played for Jamaica, he turns over the football in some real dangerous areas. And he put the team on the back foot with a Damian Lowe, who sometimes can be a bit questionable. I can't have an added pressure man on him. I would rather a person like a Jonathan Russell who would hold up the football and take and let even Damian Lowe feed off his energy and realize that he can calm down and relax a bit, not a Michael Hector. I think Michael Hector also tries to make those long passes on the ground through the midfield and turn over the football a lot. Go back and watch those games, Siobhan.
No, I remember Hector games in which he has played. No, JT, again, it goes back to what I am saying. The only person I would see playing behind our attackers right now is Russell. Me saying Blake is just for wishful thinking. I know it won't happen. Believe me, that's just wishful thinking. I don't. I know for sure I am not carrying Speedy and I am not carrying Lambert. That's just the only because I just don't. And Splat, he did his thing against Trinidad, but it wasn't impressive enough. I saw some weaknesses in his game. Jordan Cousins, team something sort out, right?
I have heard any. I don't think Jordan Cousins was in the discussion. Guys, let me just say, guys, can we get the video to 100?
Jordan Cousins is not even playing football.
Yo, and Chemo, next time you're speaking, that's exactly where you need to have the mic. You had perfect clarity, my brother. And before I thought you were a bit, yeah, before you were really low. But let me just make this one plug real quick. People, let's see if we can get the video to 100 likes. We never have a video yet with 100 likes. This would be the first time, and we have 170 people on the stream right now. Let's see if we can get 100 likes, man. Please.
The great JT Taylor with up on every platform. Now have 100 likes.
We never have 100 likes yet. JT Taylor, we put in my work. People, I put in my work on YouTube, people. I don't know that.
That means that me want to do future content. We have a hard time there.
You have to go put in the work. People want to know JT do the bleaching. Me do the 5-hour stream them with the people them. Me and Chris Smith them war. We fling machete at one another for one whole time. About football, the whole of them, Stefan them, we go back and forth with the football thing, everybody, but we're still there. I'm happy to say we can chop it up in the football, but run up the likes on the videos, people.
I'm United. I'm United. I see that comment there. I find it very disrespectful, brother. I have never disrespected anybody on the platform. Don't call me no fool, brother. You're very disrespectful.
But Shavan, all right, I'm gonna fix that, Shavan. But today, Shavan, you're not plugged in today, Shavan. I know Shavan this man today.
What about JT? You hear me say it's just wishful thinking. I am not saying he should be there, that I don't see anybody else.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna bring on somebody of a level head to calm you down right now, Shavan. I'm gonna bring on a level headed person right now who know the football to calm you down, you know. Marlon, if you're not take your medication, you care Anthony Grant, brother?
I think it will be very, very hard for people right now. I think where the team is, I think the coach is somebody who's fond of players who are basically box to box, who are good offensively and good defensively. So I think Russell is good there. If there's another player out there that can be there with him, so if everything factor, if they're going to have Baker decide to commit, that will be the two double pivot there.
Baker and Russell?
No, but you talking about Louis Baker?
Baker and Russell?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that will be.
Marlon, you know, said Baker is not in the discussion right now.
Well, Russell, his name has been mentioned the same way, so.
No, but there's nothing about Baker getting a passport or being contacted by the coach or anything.
Yeah, Marlon, the reason why. All right, so my selection is based off players who are eligible to even go to be at the tournament. So it's not just based off who has the potential. So that's the reason why I've selected some of the players I did, because I can't. I would have chosen Louis Baker. I would have chosen so many players over some of the players I've chosen, but we're not hearing nothing from Louis Baker even acquiring. We hear so much rumors about how much other players, but we're not hearing rumors about even Louis Baker. So we have to that's the reason why persons wouldn't select him.
We're looking at the because I think Latibeaudiere, I will never put him in the middle. Right? You're gonna use a match again. I've brought in Hector as a centre back, right? Mean if King doesn't have his US documents sorted out, I think Hector will be one of the centre back there, right? So Lambert is doing very, very well as centre back. I was watching him last night, right? So he will be a utility backup there as well, and he has been around the team with the coach. So I think he's going to be the same way. So I think the additional piece will be the players who the new players that he's trying to recruit. Everybody's been excited about Demarai Gray, right? If anybody else come with and they have their documents there, you might see them inside there. But concern I might have with the league finish in another 25 days or 26 days. So the players have their off time, except for the ones who have playoff. So John Ross will be involved in the playoff. Marapa gonna be in the playoff as well. Omari Bell as well. So they might have a little extended time. So even if they start a camp by the 10th, I think they unless they don't want any free time, and it's a relationship that the JPF have with the club. This is where your relationship with the club is gonna come in very, very handy.
Agree.
Pre-season, right? Pre-season, as I think US and Mexico and Canada might not have their strongest team. I remember there's National League semi-final and final, and they're gonna want their strongest players to play there. I was even talking this morning. He was like mentioning like you don't see 65% of US first team playing, and it's the same. It's the same thing for Mexico. So you might find a lot of domestic based players for Mexico playing, and MLS players and French players coming in to play for the US as well. Canada has
But Marlon, remember that US don't have a World Cup qualifiers, so I think they may want to use this tournament.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So that's why every person who are on the US team was talking to the other day, they were like, US had one of the worst draws by playing Jamaica the first game. But I said, oh, you guys are going to play a competitive game. You have Mexico to play. He said, yes, but he's not looking to see that same team that plays in the National League with a defender title to come and play in the Gold Cup. And they could also have a new.
True, but all right, we'll stick up in. The Gold Cup still have the rule where the team players can come in for the second round.
I think they changed it because the teams have 26 in the squad now, so they don't
change it now.
Remember the last time they did it, US brought in 5 players, so the players were put on suspension, car suspension. So and they came and won the league, and everybody was really upset about it.
All right. Oh, I think me just did a people. We can't have a channel by the name of Sports Prophecy, and we don't have the pastor on the show. We just have a pastor. We just have Pastor Blake join the show, but him freeze up. I don't know, Pastor. Look at getting freeze up a while ago, brother. Me just did I give you the wickedest intro. Sports Prophecy TV and the pastor just joined. So Marlon is still there. Siobhan is still there.
Yeah, man, I'm there, man.
Yes. Oh, pastor. All right. Yeah, we can't have the Sports Prophecy TV and don't have a pastor on the show. What do you have to say on this, pastor? Can you hear us? I think you're freezing up a bit, pastor, man. Your internet. Yeah, we're not here, pastor.
Stop a signal. Are you hearing me clearly?
Yeah, man, we are here clear. But if you can turn on the mic a little bit.
Turn down the mic a little bit.
Remove the mic away from your mouth.
The mic is too close to your mouth, maybe.
The mic in my mouth don't come with a volume switch.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. All right. As it relates to the midfielders, because of how I see Omari Hutchinson play, I would carry him as the floater, which would make 2 floaters because Bobby Reid can do the same thing. And so my 4 midfielders, because I already had Bobby Reid in my wingers, my 4 midfielders would be Omari Hutchinson, Ravel Morrison, Russell, and who's the one and DJ. Those would be my 4 midfielders.
I see him.
The CDM role, because of the diversity of Russell, people don't want to see him as a CDM. But Russell is an upgrade on Hector, and he is the younger, more attacking version of an Anthony Grant. He's as safe as Anthony Grant protecting the ball, but he's much better than Anthony Grant advancing the ball. So that would be my 4 midfielders that I'm carrying. The thing is that only leaves me with one CDM in Russell. If I should carry somebody else, it would have to be Lambert based on the recent
Squad.
output. Yeah, based on the recent output. And if you're talking a squad bigger than 23 or 26, then certainly I would carry Lambert. I heard I typed in the chat that I would carry Hector. I heard one of the panelists talking about Hector. I would carry Hector over King to play centre back. I would carry Hector over Low to play centre back. I
You're gone again, Pastor.
I want to say Pastor if it turned down in short.
But the thing, JT, I don't think Richard King, can he go to the US?
No, I think he should be able to. I think it was just a mishap on the part of the JFF, right? Where the documents wasn't turned in at the correct time.
I don't think so, because even pertaining to like moves himself, or like transfer wise, I think that was one of the wishes as to why he hadn't moved to.
What we're not going to do, Siobhan, is
speculate.
It's not even speculate. What we want to do this summer is, you see, from a man can go, or him not have him passport, we don't want to burn up no time for anybody in the Jamaican team, or if you're not in the team, or you can't make the bus or the plane, we have to go just move on. That's the one thing when me going to make sure me kneel down when me do my thing with the show them. You see, if I find out say a man not ready, him not put in him documents them, me not have him in a no squad, me not have him in playing for Jamaica. When you're ready and you can make the moves them, you're ready. Because based on how I see this Jamaica team is shaping up, if you look at when we tried to pick the starters, when we tried to pick the attackers and the wingers, we have a lot of depth. I think those are the areas where I think the wing position is where we have the most depth in this pitch, in this team. But I think the center backs for me and the midfielders is where things drop off. So guys, let's go to the Devon Porter says Keroy, Anderson, Dante Casanova, young CDM. That's what I was saying, Devon, is I wonder if the coach saw enough out of Dante Casanova in that, though he was in training, did they see enough out of him for him to basically be a part? Sean Bass, big up yourself, Sean Bass. Did they see enough out of that gentleman to take him? No, guys. I want everybody. How many defenders we bring in, Marlon?
2 wing back, 2 right back, 2 left back.
Let's start with their centre backs, Marlon. How many centre backs are we bringing? 4?
Starting to Pinocan and Low. Hector be there, Mariapa.
You're bringing Michael Hector?
I bring him back.
Wow.
So you have a problem? You have a problem with him saying Mariapa?
Huh?
No, I'm asking JT.
No, I didn't say Maria. I said Michael Hector. Is he bringing?
No, I'm asking. No, true. You asked if Hector is questionable. So I said you don't have a problem calling Mariapa.
The coach went out and the coach made a statement, knowing that the youth Moore, who got injured, he came on this season and he got injured again. So he's not. I don't think we can really focus on him. And based on Mariapa being this like father figure in the team, he's gonna have to be there. But I would have dropped Mariapa already, bro. But the coach is trying to build a team, so he's basically waiting to where we can help Mariapa get off of the bus. Because we don't want to fling him through the window and make him chip up in me. We want to pull over and make him kindly step off of the bus.
But then again, all right, because of that, no JT, I go think your selection before kind of biased. Me have some feelings attached to it.
With which player?
Mariapa is older than Hector. Dan Grant, I mean.
No, but Mariapa has never been out of the team.
And reasons for... All right, never mind. Because no make no sense.
Yeah, I tell you, Siobhan, You know the pan Shavan time today.
No.
Yo, Shavan, what going? Your girl
Hold
left.
on.
Your girl leave you, man.
Chemo.
Yeah, me,
You
yeah,
pick up.
yeah, man.
You pick up. Why am I asking the question a while ago?
Yeah, because they're making comparisons similar to his decision.
No,
Exactly, brother.
but Kimo, is it the same with a Mariapa who has been consistently in the team and a Anthony Grant?
And you're
But
using. All right, listen. Because Shavan asked me for coming in from that one, chime in. You know? All right, yeah. Consistency in the team, but in the recent games, Mariapa wasn't really needed, bro. What Mariapa came on the field, yes, for long service, you can have him there. I mean, experience, but on the field right now, he can't do anything. He can't help at the rate and which the squad that we're trying to build, the squad we're trying to build right now, him can't help. The only way him can help are off the field. You understand? Mentorship. But on the field, no. The game faster than him. Even in a friendly against Trinidad, you can see that.
out of it. Out of it. But that's why I'm saying I just low it alone because I'm not going to win another
This is not
argument. But just there try.
This is not Mariapa or Watford, you know, or Crystal Palace.
Yeah. But
We
I
all
don't
know
think
that.
any of those two players are gonna impact this team. So that's even another thing. I don't want to get like I have respect for Anthony Grant. I love Anthony Grant as a player. That Mexico game that he played, he just showed me like, wow, man, why didn't we have this player for 5 years earlier? You see what I mean? That Mexico game, yo, if Anthony Grant was here 5 years earlier, it
Who?
would have gave Jamaica
Who?
such Anthony Grant. If he was here
Who?
5 years earlier, Anthony Grant, it would have gave Jamaica so much more time to have that position being solidified, and even another player kind of learn from Anthony Grant how to play that position properly. But the fact that he came in on the back
Yeah.
end of his career, it was just so because that Mexico game was flawless. That was classy. It was classy, bro. But as you also know, in England, he has been on going downwards in the as far as in the pecking order. Joe Grind says, "Are you sure that Reese?" No, Joe Grind. We said that Reese Nelson passport is not even submitted. I think they're trying to make contact with him right now to speak to him. As I said, somebody will be speaking to him tomorrow. But there is no Reese Nelson doesn't have a passport, so people can put that to bed for now. Reese Nelson doesn't have a passport or an application that's being processed. So though that I contacted this individual today who gets in touch with the players before I started this show. I wanted to make sure I contacted that individual, and he gave me straight up and said, listen, Reese Nelson has been a difficult individual to get a hold of. So that's where we are with that. So as of right now, I'm hoping that we can get him on a fast track. Reese Nelson is one of the players where we need to use Bobsy Grange to the highest effect. This is where we have to get the Bobsy Grange power in there and make this passport go through if Reese Nelson says ready. If Reese Nelson said tomorrow, Mrs. Grange, we need to get this passport for this young man and get him moving for the Jamaica team. Ian Campbell, what's that? Owen says, we need to move past Grant, man. Yeah, we have to move past Grant now. But Marlon, you didn't give me your four center backs. You said Hector, Lowe, Pinnock, and who was the other person?
Mariapa.
Oh, yeah.
Latibeaudiere, if Latibeaudiere papers goes through, he'll be there as a supplement as left back, right back, right centre back, right? So I'll have him there and Lambasika, Brown, Taxi, and Bell.
So you're not bringing Greg Lee.
Greg Lee have to get playing time at this club for being my national team now. If there was nobody, I'd have chance it. But with players there who are playing every week, no.
Okay, so there's no Greg Lee. Yo, everybody in the comment section, name the defenders that you just drop your list of the defenders so I can put it up on the screen so everybody can kind of see what the fans are thinking and who you guys think should be there. So drop your defenders in the comment section. from your right back, your left back, and your center back all in one, so we can put it up on the screen to kind of bounce it against what the panelists are saying and what you guys are thinking. Continue, Marlon.
Yeah, because what I'm saying, Taxi is playing every week. Bell has been an Iron Man throughout the season, right? So it will be unfair to have two persons who are starting playing full 90 minutes, right? So the right back, you can't fight them, right? Lambasika has been consistent at PL2, right? Played a FA Cup game, got 45 minutes in the Premier League. Brown has been starting for his team there. Latibeaudiere has been outstanding, one of the best right back in the league. But he can also play centre back same way. I bring Hector in because he's playing football now and he has been consistent. He has been outstanding for Charlton. King, it will be a dung fight between King and Mariapa. If King get his documents there, if he have a visa, he can enter. Well, it's a possibility that he could be there because he's younger, right? He have age on his side. So that would be my backline.
I don't think why would you take Taxi Lawrence over Greg Lay though? Like, are you taking Taxi Lawrence to close out games, or are you taking him to affect the game?
But this is the thing. Taxi 30, Greg Lee 28 going 29. There's no difference. He's playing. He wasn't playing now. If Greg Lee was playing week in, week out, he could probably pass up. Greg Lee hasn't played for the longest time.
But you know that if you know I'm ever asked that Chemo, because I just feel like Taxi Lawrence them peak already. It's like a stock that peaked already. I don't see Taxi them affecting the game.
Marlon. You remember when Taxi said not after the World Cup campaign, qualifier campaign, that is it for him.
Mm-hmm.
You never remember him make that statement that this was his last World Cup campaign, or his last time playing. I'm going to retire or something of the sort. Correct me if I'm wrong, you know. Where's Harding? Greg Lee. You understand? So we have players to pick, man. But maybe we can't not think it out, or maybe we just have our players then. You know.
Keep up. Something that Harding will come in the centre back. If they're playing a back three, his name could mention for it. Or right back.
Yeah.
Right back. I still have these guys. These three guys will be in front of him.
Oh, that. Who you say?
Taxi? I will use over him right now. With the experiment. Lambasika will be ahead of him right now. Right? He has played 3 games and he hasn't really put a foot wrong so far. When Moore was destroying everybody in the stadium, he cut him inside out, but he turned around and won the ball back for him. So the 3 games he has played against Mexico, you're playing against one of the top wingers in world football. Yeah. Didn't get the best of him. So after that performance, I will go with him. Right? Latibeaudiere, who I think is one of the best right back in the championship right now, whether in a back 3 or a back 4. In a 5 at the back or back 4, he has been outstanding, right? Defending, going forward, crossing and stuff. And Javier Brown is there, so I have Javier Brown here.
You also taking Javier Brown? That's Christ, man. So you're taking Javier Brown. So if Lambasika is down, we're back to Javier Brown, aka.
Yeah, Latibeaudiere. Remember, Javier Brown is the first choice.
And Devon always I say me I beat Javier Brown. It's not that I'm beating Javier Brown, Devon. It's that I don't think Javier Brown is ready for international football. He has to develop a bit more. Either he changes position or something, but Javier Brown just look out of sorts at the right back position, Marlon. And I'm worried that if Lambasika get hurt, we're stuck with Javier Brown out there again.
So that's why the reason I say if everything is sorted up for Latibeaudiere, all 3 of them will have to fight for that. That depends on how they look in the practice game.
Practice games. Okay.
How they look in training.
Marlon and JT, I'll answer a question. Do we have short start?
Put your mic closer. Kimo, put your mic closer. Sir.
Do we have short starters for both right back and left back in our national team right now?
Yes, I would say Lambisika and Amari Bell.
Bell,
And Amar
the right,
Bell.
the,
Okay,
the,
cool.
the right back position, nobody has owned it as yet.
You don't think
Really?
Lambisika owned it in that game, Marlon?
No,
You
I
can't
won't. I
go.
won't give it to him. I won't give it to him
I
as yet.
can't
I
give him
won't
a
give it
40.
to him as yet.
He came in and did well.
I won't
In
give
this
it to him
situation, he
as
did
yet.
well.
He did well, but I won't give it to him as yet. And guess what? He has a lot of room to improve because he's young and he's going to get better. Let's put it that way. But we need two sure starters, like day in day out. We know that those are the person that is going to start at left back and right back for us.
If we look at the Javier Brown that we saw playing against Argentina, what would you say? Huh?
That's
The Javier Brown we saw play against Argentina, where he didn't put a foot wrong, right? He intercept, he was passing the ball, but he was kicking away the ball, right? If I can get that Javier Brown playing consistently out there, everyone you have to, and I think that's where Argumso will come in with them because he communicate well. He's a good communicator. He's a motivator, and that's why I tell us he was the ideal person for taking over this team. So he can make these players. Remember, he used average players who were playing in Norwegian League, Swedish League, a few players in the Championship, and 2 in the Premiership to go to the Euros, to go to World Cup. So he can build his players. So when he have the top players that are playing Premier League, I have abundance of them. He can mold everybody together. He does the players have to buy in what he is putting out there. And the thing about it, if they don't buy in, you won't see them.
Somebody say in the comment section, Marlon, what's wrong with you?
Kevin, what you want to say? May I tell you for now? People will be here. Unless they get one of the top right back, that's the only way. He's the first
So
choice
who's your
right
top
back.
right back? So who's your top right back?
And none of it right, none of the top right back, they want any of them. You're not going to see Jess Spence, you're not Max Aarons, right? You won't see Johnson
Ethan Laird is a left back?
Huh?
Ethan Laird is a left back?
The right back.
Right back.
Okay. What
No,
about
left
him?
back. If left, the first part of the season he was good, but he be down the picking order behind Latibeaudiere right now. If you're going at performance.
Yo, this comment by Colin question. Yes, we need a headless chicken, Brown. Yeah, bro, that's what I say. Javier Brown, Marlon, aka the headless chicken. The man just look confused when he's playing for Jamaica. It's just like he must say, "Yo, what going on? When them come, how them there? Who them there?" Like him just look confused.
He's not my favorite player, but what I'm saying, in the game the other day, any wingers you take and put in CONCACAF, those are not terrorizing. Right? They're better wing back there. He tore Johnson apart, who's playing for Celtic against Canada. So Javier Brown go up against him. All if you just be thankful that he the worst.
Marlon, Dr. Joyful, I said, you must get Marlon off the show. Tell him to remember the coach is not Dapper. So the people might beat you, Marlon, with this Javier Brown, brother. Because, Marlon, I know that, and I know where you're coming from, Marlon, with that Argentina game. But you don't take into consideration his inconsistency. Do you want to put your hat on a player, Marlon, that you don't know if he's going to show up? Is this the game? Let's say we run out against the United States and Javier Brown is starting. Do you want to wonder, Marlon, is this the game you're going to get a Argentina performance out of Javier Brown or a Mexico performance out of Javier Brown? You're not concerned about that?
JD, we play the sports, right? When you know you have somebody who's sitting here to take your spot, you will basically go there and put in everything, right? Remember now, when Pinnock and Liam Moore came inside, don't you say Damien Lowe start playing better?
Not
Yeah.
yet. Not so far.
No, I think maybe Damian Lowe looked better because he had better defenders next to him.
So what I'm saying, don't you see his game start to improve?
And
He
he's
was
saying
Rashid Star
maybe
cut
it's
down,
because he's there.
right?
Better players
So
is
you
there.
know
But
that if you
that
split
make
up
a
their
point.
game,
Oh, the Javian Brown one, Marlon, is just, you see, Javian Brown, Taxi, Alvis Powell, Lamar Walker, like them man they fit up on one own team. Like we need to send them Trinidad them to play for.
JT, you know when this coach get his team right, we won't be seeing some of these players for sure. That
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
recruitment drive that he's on in the UK. When he goes to UK and convince some of these players to get their documents they get their documents, some of these players then will try to train hard and try to be consistent enough to be a good player to make this team. So maybe that's the time we're gonna see the likes of Javi and Ron and these other players lifting their games because we know of a team that is hard to break.
But I don't think Javian Brown should lift his game while being in the team. I think he needs to lift his
Lift
game
it
and come
away
back
from the
in the
team.
team.
I
Yeah.
mean, this is we're not at the level that we want to be. So the team will have him in the team while he's trying to learn his trade, and he won't get it right being in the team like that. It's
Yeah.
going to cost us. It's going to cost us. He's going to learn outside of the team.
Yeah, because in Marlon Shava, I'm gonna let Shavan jump in as well. I don't think in international football, I don't think you learn your game while being in the first team in international football. I think you learn your game developing at the club level, and then you work on adapting to the international game.
I
Javian
was
Brown has
just going
have
to say that. I was just going to say that.
Yeah, I don't think this is where Javian Brown needs to come to learn how to play the right back position, brother. I think it's just too risky. And and Jamaica, we don't have a tight unit like that to have a player like that out there who is a liability for us at this point
So
in
so
such a big
so you
way.
can't. So in defense, you can't have Javian Brown as a liability, and you have Damian Lowe as a liability.
No, you can't to have two liability
Two.
out there.
So you have to be you have to be correcting two mistakes run at the back, and one is going to cost us. You understand? And one is going to cost us, and it cost us in the game. You know, see where the goals came from. The goal
Javian
came
Brown side.
from Brown side, and it's not
Every
the first.
time,
It's not the
Ekimo,
first.
every
Take a
time
look at the
Javian
World Cup.
Brown play for Jamaica, as
but
soon as the ball kick off, the team just start attacking us down the side that Javian Brown plays.
it's
Every
not them.
game.
Everybody play on the right hand side. Everybody attack from World Cup 2021. That's where they attack Jamaica.
Jamaica weak side is always the right
But
side of
when
our
when
defense.
Lambesica came on and that Mexican attacker saw that he wasn't getting his way, they started to switch the point of attack. They started, if you look at that game, the moment that Lambesica was always stuck to that attacker, I noticed that Mexico start looking to play back into the middle and switch it to the other side.
Guess
When,
what? You
yeah,
have line on the other side, so you have two person who are basically the same type of person. Lazaro and line is where two players gonna go at the wing back, right? So you have to analyze the game from both sides. Yes, he had an awful game against them, right? He had an awful. But if you're saying the guy is coming to learn the football at international level, the guy's a professional playing MLS and he plays every week.
yeah, I agree with you, Chris Smith. The way how we're trying to build this Jamaica team, we need to cut ties with players as quickly as possible. We can't keep holding on to liabilities and hope they become assets. I don't think Javian Brown is an asset at this point. I think he's a good player at the MLS level, and he is probably a good player for us in the future. And
But he's
I'm
still
one
not.
of the.
And you say he's a good player at the MLS level, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. If they just should name the top five right backs in the MLS, I bet Javier Brown wouldn't be up there, or even the top 10.
No, but we in the MLS we're not looking for him to be top
And
10.
I think Javian is actually playing more centre back than right back for the club right now. Most of the
Play,
games I've seen Brown play, he's
Mhm.
play
not
right back.
playing right back. Yeah,
Right,
most of the games I've seen, centre back him play.
he play right back, man. He played centre back in one game.
Well, I've said the games that I saw.
One
I'm
game he
just
played
saying.
centre when Kellerman was out.
Just saying what I saw, Marlon. Don't kill me. Okay, please. I beg
They
you.
they 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 they, they,
Uh,
they, they, they switch from a back three to a back four very very fast.
Want to ask you, Marlon, is Andre Blake our starting goalkeeper based on what you have seen the previous games with the young goalkeepers coming in and basically looking quite stable? Does Andre Blake walk back into this team and becomes the captain and the goalkeeper?
the
Walk,
goalkeeper for me, but not the captain.
walk back in the team. He lead the team same way, right?
Okay.
Right. Jamali is my boy. You remember I'm the one who told you guys about him.
Yes.
Right? And he's nowhere close to Andre Blake right now. Right? He's nowhere close. He's very, very good. Right? I was asking for him to be around the side a long time. For me, he was at Connecticut at the Huskies. Right?
Mhm.
Even before Jaden White and all these guys, I was crying out for him. And he came and he definitely show me what I know what he can do. Right? The thing now, he will be the second choice. Bryce Clark and whoever there can fight over the third choice keeper. I don't see Almanite. I don't see Almanite in this Gold Cup squad.
I don't see Aman Knight around the team from here going forward. Aman Knight has been a boom ball. A boom ball we call it Jamaica is just been bouncing around teams, bro. Like it's just we guys, that's what I say more than I'm willing to cut ties with players who have got their chances and it's just big up yourself, Warren Webster, who has got their chance and just hasn't taken it. Like what Amal Knight is not gonna be a starter for Jamaica. Connor Boyce Clark is there around and about. Connor Boyce Clark should be our third goalkeeper behind the goalkeeper there from Pittsburgh. Those are our three goalkeepers going forward. Blake and the kid that just keeping the goal and Connor Boyce Clark. We have to stop thinking about the Jaden Whites and the Amal Knights. Like those guys are just not it. They're not the answer.
If you're looking at a young goalkeeper you want to mold for the future as well, I think Anthony Bennett at Harbour is very, very good. As an 18-year-old kid. He has everything to go for. Because hopefully they can nurture him. But if you're looking for the long term, he's gonna be somebody who I'm expected Clark and all of them to be there in that team.
Mm,
But that team is not there, but he's somebody I would have trained with the team, right? Not to play, but to train with them.
Yeah, that's another thing, man. Like some of these youngsters, I hope they get their game together, and I wish them all the best. And some of them can maybe make that move overseas.
Listen, he started the first game of the season, you know, and then when he started the first game of the season, for me, came to international camp, he hasn't seen the field again.
Mhm.
who, Amal?
No, so
Who?
guys,
Let's
oh, go ahead, Marlon.
Yeah, guys, you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. We're hearing you.
Oh, no. Somebody asked Marlon who he was talking about a while ago.
Think he's a
I'm on it.
goalkeeper. Yeah,
Amal.
I'm on.
Oh, yeah, no, Amal, like, as a message, JT, for me, the goalkeeper, Blake would be the starter, but he wouldn't be the captain for me.
Yeah. But let me just recap, guys, as you seen in the title, as we stated today, I have made that call, and I've confirmed with someone who is a part of the scouting for these players. And they stated that Joel, he has his papers ready, but it's not submitted as yet. Someone has taken a look at his papers and it's ready to be submitted, but it isn't submitted as yet. As of Reiss Nelson, they haven't made contact with him as yet. Someone will be talking to him tomorrow on the phone, not the coach. However, his number has been passed on to the coach, and they will try to make that contact. But they said he's been quite difficult to get to. Johnson Clark Harris, this is somebody that we thought was further along in the process, that he probably had put in his documents, but it is stated today that somebody spoke to him, and it seems like he's been playing games. He hasn't put in his papers. So that's where we are as of right now with these players. And this is a player, to me, this is the player I want to get in the team right now. Johnson Clark Harris. Because as I said, when I look at the strike force for Jamaica, may I look for who is the goal hungry dog? Who are the person where I go play the Drogba role there? Anything in front of the goal, we know say a sure goal. We need a player there, and I don't think it's Shamar, and I don't think it's Mikel Antonio. And I just think we need somebody else. I think Mikel Antonio will do the dirty work and attract that attention from defenders, but I don't think he's the one who's going to get us all the goals that we need to go make a deep run in this Gold Cup, Marlon.
Two different things. Remember, Gold Cup is not the Premier League, right? I don't see, apart from Montes, Pinnock, right? Those will be the two outstanding goalkeepers, two defenders that will be in the Gold Cup. Tim Rim to an extent, because he's doing well again. He did well in the World Cup. He's doing well again, right? But I don't see these defenders stopping Anthony. The only thing we might stop Anthony is fitness. If his fitness goes against him.
As far as scoring goals for Jamaica?
Once he's getting basically getting the ball where he wants it, I don't want to see him out on the wing. I want to see him around the 18-yard box, being a menace to the two centre-back. Right? When he goes out on the flank, that's when I worry about him.
Mikel Antonio.
I don't want him out there. I want him in the middle, coming at players. When he takes it down and he bulldoze his way through, right? We know the danger he is in the air already. If you take out the two Mexican centre-back and Tim Rim, I don't see any centre-back. That's what I said. Once the team plays a team and they give him the supply, he could do great things.
But what if we run into a thing, Marlon, where Mikel Antonio is getting a lot of double teams in the game, and he can't shake off the defenders, and we're not having a fire in Leon Bailey, and we have Demarai Gray just adapting to the international game. Where are we getting the goals?
I think Demarai Gray will adapt easily, right? He's that quality of player, right? Player who's been in the Premier League a long time. For me, left Birmingham City, I went to Leicester. He has a quality. The only thing he hasn't really find a team that want his exploit. I think going to Everton, although they're struggling now, he went and showed himself there. The Calvert-Lewin was over for a while. He took up the role to play that number 9, right? Last year, when the Premier League started last year, he was one of the hottest players there in the league, same way. So I think he will adjust. He's a professional. So just like Mikel Antonio, they came and adjust himself, I think he will come and fit himself in easily the same way.
Okay. How do you see Boza fitting into this team, Marlon? And Siobhan and Kimo, you guys can take over after Marlon. How do you guys see Boza? Do you think Boza will make an impact?
And guess what? Boza goes off confidence, and I think with the players that they brought, I think remember last season at Spartak, it was Quincy Promise and Boza, right? Promise us to get back into the team yesterday. He got a little niggle, right? And Shebara, number 9, he was playing good. The number 18 guy has been playing good. So when Boza got the suspension, I think again, when he came in and scored, we said, okay, he's going to kick on. The next game, he got suspended. So I think that has been something that really worked against him. But he has to tell him, but in the national team, same way, right? He puts in the work, right? But once his confidence is there, he will be a trouble to defenders here. Once he start getting a chance to score a goal, I think he will deliver. We
So
know that
is Boza starting for you?
no, Mikel Antonio will be the starter.
So you only starting one striker for Jamaica.
Just like yesterday played in Mexico, I think he started Pamela no answer, I guess, but or two holding midfielder, attacking midfielder, two wingers, right, and your striker. So the
Okay.
4-4-2 thing, as you said, he was trying. Guess what? As the player said, the 4-4-2 is easy for everybody to adapt to.
Wow. Here, there you have it, guys. I have a final two questions because we're gonna wrap up the show quite soon because it's almost 12 o'clock my time. I have to be at work at 6 in the morning. Kahim Paris, Marlon, because me and Kimo we kind of discussed this. Kahim Paris and Corey Burke. Do those two players make the World Cup squad for you?
The Gold Cup.
The Gold Cup squad. Sorry, guys. Kahim Paris and Corey Burke.
Think you know, say my center man, but I think game time is going against him. I think Omari Hutchinson will play as a wing. If you're not carrying Cephas as a forward, Cephas will be ahead of carrying price for me right now.
Yes.
Performance. So we have to analyze him that way. He has been around the team. He hasn't got many enough game time, but he's been a part of the team for last couple last year. Not getting in the game well, but as I say, right now, if you're going to performance, if I'm Cephas and I performing, I'm getting goal scorer in the game, and I can't even get a look in well motivate me because he does what same like Paris. When Paris was doing his best year before he went to Kiev, right? He came, but he didn't get in the game time as well. But Cephas, he has been outstanding playing leading that line for his team. So I think it will be unfortunate if he don't get a chance in the team.
Oh yeah, I agree. Thank you again, guys. Kimo, it's gonna be a hot summer. Lots of football coming up. As I said, I've read an article where Jamaica is slated to play Honduras in a friendly. That's coming out of a Honduras newspaper in the USA. I think that's a better move. I was questioning the Chile game because I think that a Chile playing against a Chile doesn't really prepare us for the Gold Cup. And if you look at a team like Mexico, they tend to play against a CONCACAF opponent when they're going to play in the tournament. So it's stated that Jamaica will be playing against Honduras in the United States. They haven't released the date for this game, but you can find the article online. It's from one of those Honduras publications. The other game, I don't know if the Chile game is still the one up for grabs, but I hope we don't play Chile. I thought the moment I saw that Jamaica is going to play the United States in the first game, I think we need to team to play before some players in. You're right, Jason Guna. I think that we need to play maybe another CONCACAF team, maybe play El Salvador. I think El Salvador would be a really good challenge for Jamaica because El Salvador is proving to be a difficult team to break down lately. You know the way
What
the
about
type.
we can even play Haiti?
Haiti. I don't like the style of play that you see because Haiti they're very attacking. And for me, I know that Jamaica can defend already. Chemo. I want
Well,
to see how Jamaica is gonna break
but
down teams.
it is the most physical team in CONCACAF.
Yeah.
We are not talking about playing. If Haiti need to work up the game, they can do it. Jamaica not going to Haiti will go. We saw what they did to Canada when we were playing for that vital game. They didn't. Alfonso Davis went and hide. Right? I even asked my cousin, I said, hey, why you guys playing football and you're hiding? He said, the roughest game he has ever played in his life.
Oh wow. And it looks like the JFF is listening, Marlon, because I just don't think I'm glad they didn't try to repay Uruguay by playing Uruguay as well, because I know they were probably tempted to repay that debt by playing Uruguay. But those teams doesn't prepare us for this competition.
But I would have played Chile because Chile basically can give you North American style, the Central American style series. So I would have gone up against them. And being that they're not at the best right now, I would have, if the opportunity come, I'd have played against them. It would be a good
Listen,
team to know.
listen, listen, right, JT. Any one of these teams that we get friendly to play, let's just play them.
Yeah,
Because
we're gonna play them.
if we want to be in the World Cup or these major competitions, we have to play the best. No, it's not really the time to watch results. I understand you want them to play a team where we have high confidence and high spirits,
No,
but
no, Kimo. I want to play a team that kind of give us the competition that prepares us for that US game.
yes. So you are talking about
Yeah, yeah,
similar playing style that the US will bring.
yeah,
So
something like
whenever we
that.
play against the US, we'll use to that type of
Yeah,
playing style
you
and we
got me
know have an idea on how
100%.
to break them down.
Team would have been
Yeah,
Canada. But guess what? I don't see Canada and Panama and USA because of the Nation League. I don't see them playing in a friendly game. And I think Canada, you want to have just in the quarter.
Yes.
yo,
All right.
this was an easy competition for Reggae Boys to go to the semi-final. All they needed was to win that game down in Sweden, and the rest is
Yeah,
history.
yeah. So, yo, I want to thank everybody for joining us today again. Kimo, thank you for coming to. Guys, subscribe to Kimo's channel, Reggae Boys Fan Club, and Marlon, as
TV.
usual, with the
It's
great
Reggae Boys Fan TV.
Fan TV, with the great commentary. Big up everybody in the comment section, man, like Running, Jay Saguna, Warren Webster, Courtney Brown, Mr. United,
Eleven.
Know Yourself, Stefan Wright, Chris Smith, Patrick Holness, Dr. Joyful, Vibes Entertainment, Owen, big up everybody. J. Ross, who do we have here? Marcus Garvey, Colin Quest. Just bigging up everybody when we see on the screen. And thank you guys and really appreciate it. Avis Williams, don't know where you're located. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Everybody, make sure so you have some good rice and peas and some soursop juice and some carrot juice and them thing there. I know the thing, Jamaican style. It's gonna be a hot summer, guys. And trust me, as soon as we get any news on the players, cause guys, me want the players them to come. Every player want to come. Me want them to come, but me just want them to come right now so we can get this thing out of the way and focus on Jamaica football and just be a fan again. Me just want to be a fan again, brother, and support the team where we don't spend all our time just focus on who fi come or who not have them passport. Big up everybody again. Kimo, Marlon, thank you guys again. Until then,